Yo, what is going on? What is up? What is up? What is up? Good old Monday slaying. I know I got no music on. I was kind of debating maybe I would do, you know, maybe another set of runs or whatever without the, slaying music on or whatever, huh? Maybe. Maybe just some in-game sounds, you know what I mean? Welcome in, though. Darren, Jordan, EJ, Rush, Mantis, Casey, Sen, Goku. Yo, yo. Welcome in. Yeah, so we're right here. You see it. You see right here? We're at 97, almost 98. So I'm thinking maybe I'll blast this character until we get to 99. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Arca's Chicken God. I'll see what I can do. Don't die, huh? Oh, actually, Worldstone Keep. I'm no pro player here or anything, but I should be able to take most things out down here with fully decked Hammerden. What is this set on? That looked like they died way too fast. Oh. Forgot how crazy the Hammerden was. Haven't played the Hammerden in a while. So. I would say since D2R came out, I've probably only played Hammerden like... boy, I don't even know. Maybe 3 or 4 times. So. Yeah. Mantis, anyone know how members work? Am I just a member for the month? If you got gifted a membership, then yes. You will have the membership for a month. And then if you want to, I'm pretty positive it'd ask you towards the end of the membership, like, hey, do you want to renew your membership? Like, I'm sure that's kind of like, I'm sure it does. I'm pretty positive anyways. Or it'll be like, your membership ran out. Would you like to renew? Something like that. If you wanted to. What's going on? Smolps, what's going on? KC, I don't remember who I shouted out now, so, but, yeah, nobody minds if they get a second shout out. What's going on, KC? Found a Schaefer's hammer, Casey says, an hour ago. Pretty rare one. Congrats on that. Congratulations. The Lions just took the points to Green Bay. D didn't let them score and put them all on the Bears. Yeah, that's almost what it looked like, huh? Yeah, I think that's a pretty huge sign on how good the Bears actually are. The one thing I don't like, though, is that makes me think that maybe Green Bay is really good. Like, is Green Bay really that... Oh, my God. I did see the ring there, but look at his life. Look at his life. These freaking vile witches. Yeah, there's a name that really describes exactly what these things are. My God. And there's souls up here. Oh, boy. Oh, no, it's these guys. They're fine. They're fine. Boy, I really hope that first game for the Lions... Yeah, oh, 245. It's up there on the attack rating anyways. Good little start to the stream, I suppose. I wish it was an SOJ, right, Darren? Right. But not so much. 17 dex, 245. Dex goes to 20, right? I forget what the attack rating goes to nowadays. Yeah, we don't worry about it. I did put a weird setup on my Hammerden too. I've never done this before, but I've been using this on a lot of stuff lately. The Cure Helm with the Chains of Honor Life Leech. And then I just got an insight over here. Could do something else, but I just went with that because we got Redemption on the other side anyways. We'll see, because now I got that Cleansing Aura to get rid of the... Well, the Cleansing Aura wasn't enough to keep Emilio alive here, but the idea is... Flash Gordon, welcome in. He's supposed to stay alive, so goes up at 250. Yeah, so I thought it was 250, but, you know, I never remember stuff all that goodly, so... Never remember all that goodly. Man, I gotta clear this stuff up sometime here.
Afternoon.
So yeah, talking about the Lions from a second ago here from what Jordan mentioned. The thing that worries me is that the Lions defense looks just terrible. Looks just super bad. So, yeah. Hopefully, that's not the case. They're like, Micah Parsons, no, we're cool with our guys. Meanwhile, their guys just getting wrecked. Just beaten left and right. Romo Dunze, wide open in the end zones. Romo Dunze, another time, just unguarded for like a 40-yard touchdown. Like, the number of... every touchdown that the Bears got, I don't remember them all, but I know the two that Rome got were both unguarded. They're just plays where he was unguarded. Like, oh boy. Oh boy. Real hard to play defense when you don't guard the other team. I'm no NFL football expert or anything, but I'm not an NFL coach or anything. Oh boy. Cody said, what? Cody, you say you found 9 Sunder Charms in 1 pit run? I mean, I wouldn't think you would lie, but that sounds ridiculous. A bit much even for me saying they drop all the time. But, yeah, I wasn't there, so I don't know. It's a tough number to believe. How much MF you got in this hammer? You know what? I didn't even look. Did not even look. I'm gonna guess 269. Oh, 315. Okay. I thought it was over 3, but then I second guessed myself. I was like, no, it can't be that high, can it? I thought Hamburton's usually got over 3, but yeah, apparently I remembered right, but I didn't trust my brain. That's usually how it goes. Where was I going again? Oh yeah, we gotta go. This is level 1, so we gotta go down to 2, down to 3. Super solid amount. I need to drink some water too. Good to stay hydrated, right? Arcus says Galzar has a family. Take better care of him. Yeah. True story. 3 of them from 1 singular elite pack. Boy, that'd be a nasty clip to have. 2 seconds later. Another Sunday drop. 8 seconds later. See, one of the things I don't like about Hammerton, obviously super powerful and all that good stuff, but man, trying to, you know, when the monsters are spread out at all, or even like stuff that just doesn't pack up on you, I mean, you almost might as well just skip them, you know? Like these guys that all teleport and run away and stuff. Hey, what's going on, Troy? Welcome in. Bill, you beautiful man. No, Tay, you're a beautiful man. Hopefully you're doing good. Wicked Ball, what is up? You legend. So yeah, anyone who hopped in here a little more recently, we got a little bit more of a crew going on. Welcome in, everybody, by the way. Don't be afraid to say hello, what's going on. But I'm going to be rocking this. If you see right here, see my hand? See where I'm pointing? That's how far we are from level 98. So I might... Ooh, okay, well... I think I'm planning to blast this until I get to 99. The second in the Magic Find to 99 series. We got the Sork. We're going to have the Pally here. Hold the muscle on your back. Oh no! Backs are important. My back also jacked up all the time. It's unfortunate. Off work for a few days. Yeah, I'd rather work a few extra days than have a back hurt. But yeah, hopefully that heals up good for you. Wicked Ball recovering from his illness, had the vid. Dang, dude. Hopefully speedy recovery there as well. Man, we sound like old people here. What is going on? We sound like a bunch of old men. Ow, my back. Oh, I got sick. Oh, gee, golly willikers. As I mean, like, neck cracks all the time. My lower back. I woke up this morning. I'm like, why did my back hurt? Keeping track of my blood pressure because I'm on this. They keep changing my dosage on my blood pressure medication. Us old people, am I right? Oop, battle orders ran out. Good, good, good. Oh god. Ah! Even the the most powerful in the game of survivability and damage and whatnot, you still run in fear from dolls. You still do. Brink, yeah. I've found every item in the game. Tyraels might spend my last item I needed to find for, it's almost exactly 2 years now. So I started my Holy Grail like a few years back, and it's been 2 full years that I've found every item in the game except for Tyraels Might. Uh-oh. Not doing any damage. That Holy Bolt did a little bit of damage. Oh. Wait, what am I doing? Am I forgetting something? What am I forgetting here? It's been like over a year since I played a hammer, and I don't play it all the time. I thought that those blessed hammers did, or those holy bolts did enough damage to take those guys out. Because I know it says it's magic damage, but it's not magic damage. It's damage to undead and demons, but it is magic. I'm not using a sunder. What do you guys think? I'm an idiot? I'm not going to use a sunder charm. Get out of here. Hammerhead doesn't need a sunder charm. This always did enough damage to take them out before. What am I doing here? Maybe I always used to switch it to P1 for the second wave, so then they wouldn't have as much life. Because it's dealing like the guy's regenerating his life faster than the amount of damage that I'm doing to him. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Because those holy bolts, they're magic damage, so even a magic Sunday wouldn't even, for those doesn't do anything. Obviously the hammers are magic damage is what you're talking about, but
can I help you?
I don't remember. Why don't I remember? I could have swore Holy Bolt always worked for some reason. What's going on with these guys? Oh. It deactivated my aura. I hate this thing. I don't know why it always does that. Why it turns the aura off on you, like, and stuff. Do that. Yeah, the concentration aura is supposed to be up, but I don't know why it deactivated it. I probably need to just put a random hotkey on it or something just to... Yeah. Let's try this again. I'm going to turn it down to P1 on the second wave. And to see if, because I could have swore back in the day that that used to be what I did. Like I said, this is probably my second or maybe third time since D2R came out that I played a Hammerden, so it's not even me doing any damage to him. Oop. I know it's only 300, but I thought it was like enough to, I don't know, just brain dead, I guess. Just got a Spirit Shield, Chris. Spirit Shield in a Vortex. We'll see. We'll see if I'm right or wrong. Memory's not as good as it used to be. Brink, you say you're right there with me, but besides the Zod. Yeah, it does a little bit baby amount of damage here with that. Why did I think this was so much more powerful? I really don't want to grab a Magic Sunday. How much time we got? We got a half hour. This is good experience. I do want to do this. Fine. Gosh dang it. Let's see. Conviction takes the resistances down. Oh, graph. So with the Holy Bolt, it's not any elemental damage. So maybe I'm just not remembering correctly. That's probably just what it is, I guess. I don't know. Casey says in the 2.4 patch, they took away a synergy from Holy Bolt. Oh. So maybe I'm remembering stuff from too far away. Like, too far back in time. Could be. Dang, is that the best a Magic Sunday can be? Is minus 45? Bro. Valorous saying, found a Zod in the Flare Jungle. Nice. But yeah, Brink, so on single player here, I have 2 Zods. And I found another one online, too, so. We'll pull this one out, I guess. But yeah, you say Zod's one that you're still looking for there? Best of luck. Hopefully you get that easy peasy. I guess. There we go. Now nothing to worry about unless I get hit with some magic damage, huh? Yeah, a couple. Ooh, okay, we'll skip that. We'll just go right down if there's souls, whatever. Good old Smite. I wasn't sure with smaller life pools on Smite what that would necessarily do, because I know a lot of the damage comes from Crushing Blow. I guess it would be the same as like an Uber kill, pretty much. Because really, if you're getting all your damage from Crushing Blow, whether they have 70 trillion life or whether they have like 100, you really would have the exact same kill speed for either monster type, no matter the life, really, since it takes a percentage of life remaining type of situation. This is true. Found a Ja from Trav. Congrats on that. Mewtwo. Legendary. Jaws are so nasty to find. So nasty. Brad said Sunday. Yeah, you got what you wanted, all right. Little LOH, laying in pants. Watch, I'm just getting an absolute drop from some monster. This is actually a nasty, like for strictly just hammering fail waves. This is like nasty. This is still on P1, isn't it? Actually, well, let's go players 8 for the full experience. Locked, what's going? Welcome in. Grand Charm, gotta check that here in a second. Wow, these guys, with their, because these are magic, they're like, magic damage like, bone spears, right? Those snakes are just ripping. Crazy. You really got to watch out for those snakes with a Magic Sunday on. Redemption. Does Redemption does something for the Holy Bolt? Like having the Redemption aura active? I mean, I guess we'll try it real quick. Well, I mean, on P8 it doesn't, I had never heard of whatever that before. See it, because these guys are hitting me for magic damage too. But it is what it is, I guess. Oh, to stop minions respawning. Gotcha. Good call on that. Boy, hammers on these guys, even with it, are not the fastest skill I've ever seen. I mean, I'm Mercenary. I guess maybe putting a better weapon on the Merc is going to be like Reaper's Toll on the Merc would probably be the best option here. Oopsie. I was trying to read chat thinking it was just still spinning. Yeah, I think maybe the Reaper's Toll on the Merc, but re-up the battle orders. Re-up in battle orders is for chumps. Yeah, I guess when it's like a 9-minute fail wave here. After this run, I'll grab, because Reaper's Toll will cause him to kill these guys a lot faster, so I think. Go on, G-Stacks, by the way. I know you've been here a second. I got a little distracted there. Oh boy. Yeah, so you almost need to be pulling the Sunder Charm in and out of the cube because everything in these Bale Waves hit you with magic damage. Do I have a fort on the Merc? See, I did. I need to put that on there too. I swapped some stuff around to kind of keep myself as being the one being the damage dealer, and to like. So I got the cure whatchamacallit set up on there because I wasn't planning on specifically, like I didn't really think when I started streaming today that I would go into oh, perfect cold Sunday. We'll worry about that later. Nice. Good old perfect cold Sunday. Gotta love perfect Sundays. Cool to find. Actually, I do have a bazillion of them already, I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah, so I wasn't planning on doing Bale Waves today. And that's the only time that you need your mercenary to do anything, is specifically wave 2 of Bale. So, unfortunate. I don't know where the fortitude is. I don't know how much. There's 30 minutes left of this. So there's going to be like 5 more Bale Waves I have to take out. Probably should have turned this players count down for Bale here too, so. Oh well. Hammers is pretty powerful. It won't be too much different. As long as he doesn't mana burn me a billion times. Maybe it'll be a lot different, but... Ever play Path of Exile? No, I don't really like other games. I don't want to spend a bazillion hours having to learn how to play some other game, personally. What's going on, Race? Yo, 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 Varthamus. Welcome in. G-Stacks, what kind of comment is that? What? Sorry I'm pooping too much, G-Stacks. I mean, maybe that's a good thing? I'm not really sure. Not sure what to say about that. Alright, maybe we'll do it anyways. Maybe we'll go... I have way too much stuff everywhere. Oh, I mean, how much is the Cure Helm really going to help you, right? Meanwhile, we'll go grab all this stuff real quick. How long could it take, right? Meanwhile, I'm going to get like amped up and then I'm just going to constantly be getting hit and wrecked with that. Here maybe? I don't know where any of this stuff is, so. Not here. Well, I mean, I guess the Tyraels Visage I might need. I have no room to put any gear anywhere. I ain't doing this anyways. Scratch these. I need the room right now. Igor. Awesome. I pop up in your feed, you're saying? Cool. Thanks for coming and hanging out and watching. What do I got over here? I don't think I would have the fortitude over here and stuff, would I? Oh, I do. I think I got other fortitudes somewhere else, but I don't know where they are. I don't know if I should even go look for them. I'm pretty sure I have an ethereal fortitude somewhere. This is part of the problem. This is usually I do this stuff before stream. Me looking around for 6 years for stuff. Is it on my 3 different rune word mules? It was on some mercenary somewhere. Like, I don't see an ethereal. What do we got over here? There's an ethereal reaper's toll. Nothing in it though, so we'll just use that. Can I find a? I just need a fortitude. Guess I'll check my rune word mules here, and if there's not one sitting there, I'll just grab the one off of the other. Another chains of honor. Takes forever to find stuff around here. So I guess I only have the 2 rune word mules, huh? Let me check some of these other ones. I don't want to pull stuff off my dedicated TZ farmer. Dedicated TZ Andy farmer. Kind of the whole point of it. There we go. 16 eternities later. Don't forget to hit that like button on YouTube, by the way. Oh, you guys are picking me over Chuck Norris. Legendary.
I'll put that to good use. I'll put that to good use. I'll put that to
Wish I should really take the time to socket that. And, let's see. Ooh, I do have a 40-15 on single player. I don't know the statistical, you know, whatever. That's got to be just mega nasty on a Ethereal Reaper's Toll, huh? That's got to be the best use for a 40-15 on offline single player, you'd think, huh? I don't know. I technically don't know the breakpoints, but I'm pretty sure a 15 increased attack speed in the in a Reaper's Toll with the Tyraels Visage. I thought I had heard that that reaches the highest breakpoint for an Act 2 mercenary. But could be wrong. I'm not much of a breakpoint Act 2er. Okay, well, we'll stay away from those guys. Nobody in the whole area. Okay. Viv says not picking me over Chuck Norris. Oh, come on. Oop. Come on. Without that insight, though, my energy runs out, unfortunately. Boy. At minimum, a P1 Wave 2 is like gonna be what is gonna be the play after this one, I'll tell you that much. Wait, Chuck Norris is true. Yeah, locked up. Just as a joke, I do kind of joke polls on YouTube because I have a poll option, and I'll just do polls that are. And today I did, who would you rather have help you in a fight against Diablo, Chuck Norris or Phil? Which that would be me. Of course. So. As long as you hit the like button, G-Stacks, that's the important part. Rush, no, I don't even use the Holy Grail app anymore. I used to use the website back in the day, but like, I don't know if you knew this or not, different, the different apps. And I know people come in here and try to plug different people's like Diablo 2 stuff like that, but, I only have to find, my only item is Tyraels Might left, so I don't really need to keep track anymore. It's either I find Tyraels Might or it's not a Grail item for me, so. Kind of an interesting circumstance just for me, because of how unlucky I've gotten with Tyraels Might, pretty much, but lower to players 3. I think you get more experience off them on whatever, but like it matters, right? I'd rather just have them taken out faster, and we're gonna run out of mana here. Stinky mana. Like button. Hammer damage. Down here it says 35, so I don't know. After all the different things, I'm not sure exactly what it comes out to. Mustang says, working as usual. Gotta make that money, right? Gotta make that money. Actually, let's just... I mean, the first 2 waves you don't get, like, any experience from anyways. I wonder what the Terra zones, if maybe just P8, like, in the area might even be a better experience, to be honest. Like, in the World Stone Keep proper. Boy. Second jaw ever last night. Found both of them in Tristram. Unterrized Tristram. Well, congrats on the jaw. Love to hear it. Jaws are always good to find, right? Hammer damage showed the other. This is what the number looks like down here. What that means after the other aura and stuff, you know. I don't know what it comes out to in the back end or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Well, that could sound wrong. I mean, after all the calculations are done, I don't know what it comes out to necessarily. I actually don't play whatchamacallit very often. Well, yeah, I know I could go into the character screen and we can sit for 2 minutes and talk about it, but I want to slay demons and get experience and try to find items, so. Out of experience again, man. Veil waves are boring. So let's use more potions. You can't use the redemption aura, and then that second wave, you need the mercenary to deal more damage to be able to take them out with the hammered in, and just annoying. We did get a tick on the experience bar, though, huh? Here, I'll show you where we at here. It says 15k up at the top there. Between waves, I took a second to show you. That's a new note. Oh, I forgot to change the title on Twitch. Oopsie. My bad. I got you, Crasser. Noob Phil strikes again. The thing is, this is my first time streaming, so... yeah. What do you guys expect? The first time streaming, I'm going to be, like, perfect? Come on. You guys act like I've been doing this for, like, 5 years or something. Unto. Updated, ready to rock.
Hello.
Boy, I really want the inside of it, I'm gonna be honest.
I'll put that to
Let's see how much slower it goes. Constantly running out of mana, just constantly and perpetually, is incredibly annoying. Great for a first-time streamer, I know, right? Oh yeah, Sun Players 3 at the moment, isn't it? Battle ordered up. Yeah, the freaking snakes, dude, they rip you with that magic damage, having a magic Thunder Charm in your inventory. Man, I want to just do one of these guys. Just whip it out when you need to, right? You definitely, it's probably a good life motto or whatever. You don't want to whip it out all the time. You just want to whip it out when appropriate. Kind of a motto I live my life by in general. The fortitude should help. Yeah, I do have the fortitude over there. So you're saying, yeah, with what I have, what I had before in the fortitude, for the more damage. I hear you. I feel you. It'll definitely help a little bit. Whoa! Freaking dolls, bro. First waves you get like 2 experience from anyways, the first couple, so. Oh well. That was close. Oh, for sweet Phil standards, that was not even close. Not even close. If I'm not under like 30 life, that's not close. Oh. I love when they slide across the ground like that. Oh no, I forgot about all the other monsters back here. I need to make sure I did not redemption them. Noob maneuver right there. What's new, huh? How are they sliding like that? It's some glitch. It's been around for a long time. But yeah, when they resurrect them, for some reason they slide across the ground until they get right next to you and they're like attacking you. And then when they do their first like attack animation, then they like stand up and then they actually are like, you know, start moving properly. The thing is too, is that a lot of this stuff, they might have even fixed that. Like if you play only online or a lot online, or you know, anyone who hadn't seen that before. I don't know that I actually see that happen online actually. It might have been one of those hot fixes that they fixed online, but they did a server side change that fixes it. There's actually like a half dozen things like that that work on, that happen on single player or whatever, that you can't do online or that don't happen online anymore, that because they fixed it. Apparently it's way easier just to put out a server side change than it is to put out like a patch to fix stuff. Because I'm pretty sure like because it's on console and everything, to put out a patch to fix things, they have to like apply to like Sony and to Microsoft and to, you know, all the different companies that they have the consoles that have the game for it, to apply the patch and have it approved to, like before you can release it. But if they do a server side where they're sending like packets, I guess, to the game, then they don't have to do anything. But then it doesn't change it for single player. It only changes it online. So like the unlimited gold glitch thing, you can still do that on single player where you equip the item with the grinding affix on it and then sell it and then buy it and sell it and buy it and sell it from being in your hand. You can still do that on single player. But online it doesn't work anymore. Pink tea. As far as I'm aware, that is no. The Bale waves are not locked experience at Players 3. Bale is locked at Players 3, but unless I've been just incorrect for the last forever. The waves experience scales, but Bale's is capped. Bale is everything's capped at 3, I think is what I remember.
Good afternoon.
You know what? I may just go ahead and do like not the waves and just blast the World Stone Keep. Doing those Bale waves and constantly changing the player's difficulty and stuff, so annoying. See, like, one guy immune to magic, he can chop him out, no problem out here. Oh, God. YOLO! All you gotta do is take them out before they can attack. Poor boy! Yeah, shirt's still on, I know, right? Dude, forget these chumps. Forget these chumps. A bunch of people keep saying different levels for that the Bale Waves are all capped at different levels and stuff. I mean, if Bale Waves were capped at players 3 or at players 5, wouldn't people online like lock their games at 5 players so that no one else could join? Because then it would be faster Bale runs to get experience faster. It just logically that doesn't sound like it would have ever been that way, because I assumed somebody would have figured that out and then everybody would have done it, you know what I mean? I've never heard 5 for sure. I've never heard anything about P5 for the waves or anything, but I mean, there has been a time or two where I misremembered stuff, so I'm not gonna go too hard in the paint about it, but come on. Yeah. All these bums are all spread out everywhere. JD says 92 Zealer still using smoke. Smoke and rhyme, huh? Hey, if you got enough to deal the damage, that's all that matters, right? Can we sell this and look it up? Sure. Anybody could type it into Google and look it up. Sure. Sure. Yeah, boy. Merc just wrecked. They don't have the cure helm on, so they amp damage stay forever. Devastating. Where was I here? Harpies always give a lot of problems, yeah. You know what the thing too, they do always give me problems, and I feel like nobody ever talks about them giving them problems. Good old heavy bracers. Drain's Love's definitely a solid piece for sure. Solid piece for sure. The most goated find? I don't know about that, but solid piece. I don't even know what kind of damage they do. Is this fire damage? Are those little fireballs? I'm not even sure, to be honest. No one ever talks about having problems with them. Or like, you know, you'll hear things about dolls and souls and stuff, but no one ever says anything about the harpies. Jollard likes the full tranks and necro. Yeah, full tranks is neat. I feel like it gets a bad rap just because of the weird cast animation and stuff. Boy, this is ugly. They're all different types of monsters that all like run away from you and stuff and like just don't clump up. Already went this way. No monsters there. Man, World Stone Keep is so overrated. Just so overrated. Oh, wait. That could be part of the problem. What an idiot. Why didn't someone tell me that I had my call to arms out? Thanks a lot, chat. Noxious. I did see what the Lions did yesterday, yeah. Yeah, definitely watched that game. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. There was probably like 6 minutes left, and I honestly stopped watching the game. It was so crazy. It was such a just bloodbath. That was definitely one of those games of the year that I was like, we need to like just destroy these people. I don't hate Ben Johnson or anything, but I was like, this guy left to go for another team. Destroy him. You know, I don't really dislike him in any way, really, but you know how it is. You know how it is. Mewtwo saying, think those like fireball-y looking things from the harpies are physical because they always like the same damage. I was kind of thinking that too, whether they're half physical or full physical or whatever, because the harpies amp you up and then they destroy you. So that would lead me to believe that it's physical damage, but I don't know. Maybe it's like a firebomb type of like thought process there. Like it blows up and it's physical and fire damage, but because you're amped, I'm not really sure. I'm kind of just talking out of my, speculation here. So. F4 says he thinks it's magic damage from the harpies. I mean, that would also make sense too, because like that they're casting stuff that does magic damage, But then they do amp you. They do amp damage you, so it would also be kind of weird for the game to be programmed to have monsters cast amp damage on you and then cast magic damage on you. You know what I mean? Not that it would be impossible for something to be programmed in a suboptimal way on D2, but Malp says definitely not magic damage. Forget these guys. Get out of here. Good to see the Lions hungry again after that first week loss. I know, the first week was disgusting. Gotcha. Varthmus said didn't Google it, just was throwing out what he thought it was. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I get you.
Afternoon.
Looks like JD looked it up and he says, he seems very, very confident. Says they're called, the specific attack is called Blood Stars, and it is physical damage for some reason. It both seems like it should be physical because of how much it hurts you and they cast amp damage on you, but also doesn't look like it should be physical. Yeah, kind of interesting. Here we go, we can deal with this. Bunch of beetles, it's just like you're in Act 2 or something. Yeah, yeah. Here's one for y'all. I could Google it. Maybe I'll look it up later, actually. For the amount of experience... Maybe this is a good video idea. Someone's probably done it before. The amount of experience you get from a normal Terror Zone relative to the amount of experience you get from a terrorized Bale Waves. Is the amount of more experience you get from a terrorized Bale Wave as opposed to a regular Bale Wave, like, worth it? Or would actually skipping the Bale Waves actually get you more experience by blasting way more monsters faster? Since these are all like higher level monsters in Terror Zones, Obviously it would be dependent on the Terror Zone as well, but like maybe specifically the Worldstone Keep relative, like just resetting doing the Worldstone Keeps or actually doing the Bale Waves. I feel like maybe I'd seen someone do a video about that like a while back, but I don't watch a ton of Diablo 2 videos like the last few years at all, so Should I be killing champions uniques on the way to Stony Tombs? I'm decently geared. You can. I usually only do that. I'm decently geared. If that area is terrorized, I usually do that. If it's not terrorized, I much less so do. But if it's like early and ladder, and I'm like, sometimes I'll be like one season I started off as a fire trap assassin, so I was killing some monsters on the way out there, hoping to get like a Viper Magi or something, you know, off of one of the packs, or you could always get lucky and pop a, you know, a low or something off of one of the packs, so I was, but if I'm like holy grailing, I usually skip them if it's not terrorized. So I guess the long and short of it is, it's not a terrible idea to take them out, but it's also not a terrible idea not to take them out. Brinker, want to go to the Lions and Steelers this year? Since Ford Field is only 35 minutes or so from me, but the price of tickets this year are absurd. Oh, yeah. We were thinking about getting some tickets or something, and then, I mean, the Lions tickets, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Lions tickets are the most expensive tickets in the NFL this year, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm making that up. I don't know. I thought I had heard that. But either way, we looked at even, because I live kind of by Detroit, we looked at even buying tickets to, like, did they play Cleveland? Maybe when they play Cincinnati. We looked into all these places that are, like, driving distance, and all of them are, like, super expensive specifically for the Lions games. All the ones that are driving distance. It's bananas. Nosebleeds over 500, yeah. Yeah, that's what we looked at, too. Gambling or farming for Griffins? I cannot recommend gambling for Griffins, especially after, for the 22 Nights of Terror for the unlimited gold thing. I had people, like, constantly selling and shopping gold and stuff. Oh, wait, that was for the Tyraels Might. I don't know, I've heard of, I got my stories mixed up there. I cannot stand gambling, really, so I can't really recommend it, you know. It's hard for me to recommend doing something I hate, that I can't stand doing, so, you know. Now, Scott, when you say Llama found 12 high runes in an hour, did he actually find 12, or did he find, like, 3? And then did he find, like, 3, like a Sur, an Ohm, and a Vex, and then found like 2 Ists, or did he actually find like 4 Burrs and 5 Surs and 3 Lows in an hour? There was probably one time that I found 3 high runes in an hour. That was something like Sur, Ohm, Vex, something like that. But I've also done LK for like 15 straight hours and didn't get a single high rune. So I've had both happen, so. I personally, Scott, would not be accusing Llama of cheating. Personally. I would be shocked if he was cheating. It would be shocking. Angry said he did 3 LK runs, or on his 3rd LK run, I'm assuming is the way that it probably should be worded, but he found a Burr rune. Yeah, it can happen. Yeah, I mean, I had one of the luckiest things ever happen that people accused me of cheating too, so not as useful as finding a bunch of high runes super fast, but I was going to craft caster amulets, and I ran over to, what's his name? Eads. And I gambled 1 amulet. I literally went like boop, and I gambled 1 amulet, and I looked at it, and it was a metal grid. The very first and only, so the clip is from me going from my stash, grabbing gold, running over to Geeds, gambling a singular amulet, and then looking at it, and then it was a metal grid. So. Brinker said he doubts anyone would cheat. I mean, to like lie and say that you're finding a bunch of stuff legit and you weren't really finding it legit. Yeah, I don't see a content creator of any amount of magnitude or size that would do that. I could not imagine. Especially if you were like a full-time content creator, like you would, if somebody found out, you would literally tank your income that you used to support your family. Like that would be just astronomically ignorant to do. Just changing the drop pods in some way with some mod to, I would not imagine that. So. I can tell you what everybody knows I didn't do. I definitely didn't change the drop pods for Tyraels Might. Or maybe I did. I made them even worse so that I'd never have to stop holy grailing. I'm not finding it on purpose. Noxious said he was trying to gamble for, like, we said you were level 73 ammies. I don't know why specifically level 73. Maybe that's just what level you were, but you got a Tyraels amulet when you're gambling? Nice. It is crazy the number of amulets I've gambled. I've never gotten a Tyraels before. Or not a Tyraels, a Tyraels, I meant to say. I don't know why I said Tyraels there. Been a lot of other streamers, not D2R, says Grindy, that cheat with stuff, and it's wild to me. Yeah, I've seen some of his. I guess I don't know about cheating videos, but I watched some of his speedrun stuff, speedrun videos about different games. I have heard stories of like certain people speedrunning, and then they, you know, they're using like some, I don't even know what it's called, but the speedrun's a cheat somehow. Like it's like a program that's speedrunning it for them. And they're like, look, I speedran this whole entire game in the boss blindfolded. And then they weren't even actually playing, or like they have a thing on their face, but it's like sitting off like this, so they can see down, but like from where the camera's at. I don't know. I guess clout chasing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'd call Brian from Blizzard. There you go. That's how I cheat, exactly. I shouldn't have told you guys that. You guys know how I cheat now. Oh, man. How far is this away from the waypoint? One eternity? Yeah, it sure is, isn't it? Huh. Not the best tear zone. Oh, Hangry says at least he's finding Sundays raining from the sky for him. At least you're getting that, right? Maybe I'll just take packs out on the way, take out Treehead, and then maybe spam reset it, huh? There's probably like 3 or 4 packs on the way. And there's probably a total of like 6 to 8 packs out here, not counting Treehead, so... I don't know how many there actually are, but there's usually not a ton. Warlock, welcome in. Are you buying the quote-unquote experts saying the Lions are back? We're back, baby! I think... I don't know. I think the Lions are back, but I am really annoyed at, because I think that Green Bay might actually be really good. Which is really annoying. Despawn says, love the channel. Appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Niche and a solid following. Thanks for the kind words. Thought there was a champ here. I don't see him now. Lamb and St. Brown are my wide receivers, and you're going to lose this week because the other players tanked. Same thing kind of happened with me, too. I mean, I don't know about as good as those ones necessarily, but, well, actually, as good as Brown, pretty much. Not quite, but I got Malik Neighbors, who put up 47. And then I have, like, Bijan had a solid game last night, but he didn't get a touchdown. Dumb-faced Tyler Algier got the touchdown. That butthead. So, Bijan Robinson had, like... I don't remember what name I just said. I got Bijan Robinson if I didn't say that, but... Yeah, he puts up 167 yards, but doesn't get the touchdown, so his score is just, like, kind of good instead of, like, nasty. And then I was wondering, oh yeah, remember we were talking about anyone who, I know not everyone's a football fan, but I like talking about football. How Jaden Daniels, I was like, why is he not running at all? It's like the coaches told him to stay in the pocket or something. Like he's not running like at all like he usually does. I think he only had like 16 rushing yards last game or something. He hurt his leg. I didn't even know this. He hurt his ankle or something, and he just kept playing. And so that's why he wasn't running. That's why he was just standing in the pocket, not moving and getting sacked and stuff, instead of like running. Because usually he has like 50 to 70 rushing yards a game, you know? So yeah, that I guess makes sense, you know. So on my team this week, he got hurt. Every week so far, I've had a player get hurt that like hurt my team. Unfortunate. I guess the NFL, right? But and then on another team, freaking, what is it? Cortland Sutton got like, ooh, Smallpsy's still here? Oh, no good. Ogriax, though. Cortland Sutton got like 1 catch for like 8 yards, like on the whole week. Freaking gross, dude. Too bad it wasn't any good. Oh, I forgot about this. Questionable. Oh, yeah, Brian Thomas. That schlub. Man, I got Brian Thomas on 2 teams. And this stinking guy gets 12 targets, but only catches 4 of them for, you know, gets 8 points. Gosh, Justin Jefferson only gets 11. Dude, that was a bad pick, apparently. That was one where I was like, oh, Jefferson's sliding all the way down to me. Jeez. Oh, yeah, Terry McLaurin's still struggling. Oh, because his quarterback got hurt. Tony Pollard, 20 carries for, you know, almost 100 yards, but he didn't get the touchdown for the team, so. Just a bunch of people just not getting the touchdown, pretty much is what happened. And I'm going to lose. Apparently don't play defenses against Indianapolis either. Daniel Jones is the second coming of Tom Brady, apparently. There's a crazy stat for you football people. The longest streak of consecutive drives to start a season and score on, the Indianapolis Colts just set at like, it's 10 or 11 straight drives to start a season of scoring. Crazy. Brinker got stuck with Jefferson all 3 leagues. Now by stuck, you mean you pretty much did the same thing I did. Man, he's still falling? Well, I guess I'll take him here, way down at the turn. He's like going like pick 10 or something? Okay, I'll take him, I guess. Yeah, that's what happened with me too. Not that I could have took somebody else, I guess. I could have took, you know. Actually, I think Drake London had already... Someone took Drake London or like up in the first round for some reason. Yeah, a bunch of stuff though. Did you get JSN? I did not. I'm an idiot and I should have took him at one point and I did not. I was trying to decide and I... Don't laugh at me, please. You're gonna tell me how dumb I am. In retrospect, I kind of wish I did not do this, but... I was sitting there and I wanted to take a wide receiver and I was trying to decide between JSN, Marvin Harrison Jr. and McLaurin, and I took McLaurin. I was figuring, oh, maybe he'll be a tad slow in the first game, but or 2 or something, but I mean, he's already got that rapport with Jaden Daniels. He's his touchdown guy, regardless of what, you know, bringing in Debo. Sam Darnold actually sucks, so why would I take, you know, and I'm like, so apparently I was wrong. I was just wrong. EJ said he lost Burrow, Worthy, and Kittle so far. Oof. Yeah. I did lose Worthy on one team and Kittle on the other, but I do not have them on all 3. I did not lose anybody on all 3. Let me transfer over all this crafting material here. I got just way too much. Chalk says I'm still a member. Yeah, I don't know if you got gifted one, so didn't run out, I'm guessing, is what you're getting at. Caster Amy 2, maybe? Ricka. Yo, yo, yo. I probably got enough to do another 100. I did just do oh, what is this? A crafting video, but... I mean, if I have 100 more, I might as well do it, right? Oops. Bill, you ever considered getting the cane beard from CNC? I don't know what that means. No idea. CNC. I don't know what CNC means. Nope. Command and Conquer. Oh, I don't know what he looks like or anything. I just play Diablo 2. Diablo 2 and Final Fantasies for PS1. That's the only stuff I ever played. A couple other things, I guess. Call of Duty, Fallout games, Fable. Did you say Sam Darnold stunk because he was a Viking last year? No, I was talking about the entirety of the rest of his career is why he sucks. How he went from team to team to team and nobody wanted him because he wasn't any good. And then he got like a lucky year where he blew up somehow. A coach. He's an, I guess to be honest, he's probably an okay, like, he's an okay quarterback, I guess, but he's not great. Final Fantasy IX, still the best. Oh yeah. I never did finish that playthrough. I was doing a playthrough and I got to the third disc and I just kind of stopped playing it. Didn't want to spend the time doing it anymore. Really, I started playing it because me and my daughter were playing it, and then she's like, she liked the story at first, and then she started getting bored of it, like, she started getting bored of it pretty much. And then I was like, well, I'll just keep playing it because you know, I like Final Fantasy, but then, you know, like the 30th time playing through Final Fantasy IX, you know. I mean, I played through like a bunch of different times, so I just kind of, you know. NFL fired up here. I got other, you know, started going to the gym a little bit more often, you know. Stream Final Fantasy? No, I couldn't do that. Because obviously not everybody here likes Final Fantasy. Probably like half the people do. Probably a lot. But the way the YouTube algorithm works, if you get less people watching a video or stream than normal, then the algorithm goes, oh, this stream or video must suck. We will show it to nobody. And all of his future videos and streams, we'll just stop showing them to people because people don't watch them as often anymore. So it would like crush me in the algorithm and I just wouldn't, you know, then I couldn't for my family and stuff, so can't do that. Okay. Taking out too much other stuff here. Casey says, doesn't think you can become a member on iPhone. So you can, but you can't through the YouTube app. There's a link in the description to become a channel member on YouTube. That'll take you to the web browser. If you go through the web browser to become a member and you can actually do it on an iPhone through the web browser, but you can't do it on an iPhone through the YouTube app. Because, thank you, Apple.
I can't carry it.
Grindy says they released a Gears of War remaster, huh? That's one of those games I played. I think I played the first one and I might have gotten another one. And then I was like, oh, this is just the exact same game. Gears of War was cool, like, kind of like at first. I feel like, and it might not have been the very first, but I feel like it, for me anyways, it was like the first game where you could, like, lock in behind cover, you know what I mean? It kind of became sort of a staple in different types of shooters after that. But from what I remember, that was kind of the first time you could do that. You know, hit a button and you back up and then you shoot over over cover and stuff. Find sacred in Darkwoods. I'm not sure. Maybe there's a few letters I'm missing and I can't understand what that is typed out to be. Grindy saying the combat didn't change much between 1 and 3. Yeah, and in general, I don't really like, you know, I am kind of anti-change guy, but I feel like maybe the, and I don't really remember this was decades ago, of course, or decades, but like 10 or 15 years ago, whenever the first one came out. I feel like the maps, like the game itself, all looked the same. I had the first one, and then I don't know if it was, maybe I skipped the second one, got the third, or maybe I got the second one. But I was like, it looks exactly the same, like, the gameplay's exactly the same, like, just everything. So. Oops. Casey, yo! Thank you for the Slayership. Ooh, appreciate you. Welcome into the Slayers. Yeah, so someone answered it for you there, but just in case, yeah, it's a macro on my software that comes with my mouse. So if you want to see exactly how I save and exit quick without hitting the wrong button or whatever, it's exclamation hands free, no space. There should be a thing in the description that kind of shows you the exclamation hands free. There is a free program you can download to do it with, but I don't know how to operate the program, so you'd have to, called Auto Hotkey. You could download the program, watch a YouTube video on how to set it up and figure it out, I guess, but... Glum rune, let's go! Is this those high runes you guys were talking about? I'm hacking. Found one. Fairlask, welcome in. Homie. Nice single player tip video. Keep getting the same items from LK runs on, so because I take the same path every time. Do you literally from the super chest get the same thing pop out literally every time? Homie. It's a solid name there. I'll just read the first part. I've never had it to where literally out of the super chest, I literally got the exact literal thing every time. The same drop. I've had it where the racks, you'll get the same thing over and over again because they're less, variable, I guess you could say. Like, you could come in from the same angle from a rack and get, like, a Curse shield, like, every time. Like, bang, 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 bang. Or I've heard people getting, you know, Shakos, so they do that. They spam it to get Harlequin's Crest or something. I wouldn't worry if you keep getting the same item off of a weapon or armor rack when you're running LK. But it really takes, like, some effort to keep getting the same thing from the super chest over and over again. I'll be honest, just for my own sanity, what I do is, one time I ran LK for 1,000 runs, and I didn't get a single high rune, and I went, okay. I did get like 3 ists and like 3 and a couple gulls and stuff like that, but I got no rune vex or higher, so I reset my maps at that point. So I guess that's what I'd recommend doing, but I don't know that it actually is for the average person running LK, if it really does help, but I wouldn't blame you. But sometimes to get a good LK map, it could take you 45 minutes. Like, so that's kind of one reason why I don't always reset. Like, 200 runs, no high rune, reset, you know, so. Nano said, didn't even know you could hit H to auto go to hell. That works good enough for me rather than clicking. Yeah. I don't know why I picked that. Oh, I need to double check and make sure I got enough jade junk jewels. Yeah, you can just hit the H key, so. Is the letter N nightmare too? Because the problem is H and N are touching each other, so make sure you don't fat finger that key. That would be devastating. you're like using the letter hotkeys to reset so you don't mess it up and you accidentally hit the end. No. Fellas, Deadeye, what's going on?
Ogre X.
Jeez. Silver and gold, bro. Silver price just under $43 an ounce now. Crazy stuff. Kevin, I actually don't know what you're talking about there. I've never heard that one. Are you talking about the thing so you can type in which map seed you want?
Greetings.
Kind of what that looks like. So you type in exactly what map seed you want. Because if that's what it is, that is kind of like, I mean, do whatever you want for fun, of course, but that's not like legit. But yeah. No problem if people want to even pick your own map seed to do whatever to mess around, but I wouldn't recommend people do that under normal circumstances. ATX, what's going on? Hopping in to hit that like button. What a legend. What a legend. Grilla says seed manipulation cheating. Kind of. It all depends on what you do with it, right? All depends on how you use it. Warlock re-rolled at my LK map to get 2 campfires right next to the waypoint, but now my Andy meth are god-awful. Not sure if it was worth it. The thing with LK is when you find what you want from LK, you never do it again. So I would say it's worth it. And then it'll also be worth it once you get what you're looking for, like to just all right, I'm done with LK now. Now we'll re-roll it to get a better Andy and Meth map or something like that, you know. So Nano saying it's single player. Who cares? It only matters if you enjoy it yourself. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was gonna. The full sentence of what I was like thinking, my full thought. It could be like, you know, on single player, someone could be like, "Oh, you used hero editor, so you're a single player cheater. Like, no, we can't trust anything you say or do." It's like, well, I wanted to see how a mega budget throw barb would work at the beginning of a ladder, decide if I wanted to start going straight into throw barb. But that is different using hero editor to do that than it is, I'm going to do a holy grail, but I hero edited in Tyraels Might and D-Web and Mang Songs. And it's like, well, did you really do a holy grail though? Like, that's different. So we both used a hero editor to do something, but they were used in very different ways. So that's kind of what I was getting at. Depends what you do with it. ambush. So I don't actually skip it. I actually just hit the keys so fast that you're not seeing it, probably. So I do get asked about it quite often, but that's okay. I actually have a macro, or I have a exclamation hands-free, a bot command, if you want to see exactly how I do it. But you probably have heard of this before. I have a macro set up, so it automatically selects my character and hell difficulty for me, so I can read chat while it's resetting. And also, I never accidentally hit normal or nightmare difficulty resetting my maps. So just absolutely clutch for streaming to be able to go ahead and hit those buttons and read chat while it's doing that. Just clutch. Ray says, yeah, I'm doing a Holy Grail, but I edited in every rune over Ist and all the uniques. Yeah, exactly. Maxim throw barbs are gold. They're cool for sure. So literally from day one, because you know when you first start out, obviously with all other builds, you go run the Countess or something, and you make a Spirit Sword or something like that. There are no good throwing weapon rune words in Diablo 2. This might be new news. No, I was joking. But yeah, you obviously can't make a rune word in a throw weapon, right? So what am I gonna do? So I was like hero editing things in like that. Like before I find these unique weapons, what am I gonna use? I tried like shopping throwing weapons because certain throwing weapons can roll cruel actually. Like you can come over here and be like, not from Tarsi apparently, but from Mala in Act 5 you can. And it's like if I shop Mala to get these cruel weapons, will this work? But I didn't want to spend 40 hours shopping for cruel weapons here from Mala. You know. Doot. Oh, there's a 220, but it's really low. You'd want one of the bases at higher damage. Would that work? So I hero edited in some of that, and then I hero edited in a bunch of other things to try different combos of stuff I could do. You know, that's pretty much what I was getting at. That I, you know, and sometimes for like build guides, I'll use hero editor because if you see my inventory, like the disgustingness of transferring all the items from your mule and then transferring them back to the mule after you make your build guide. It could take longer than it takes to make the entire video. I'm not even kidding. To track everything down. Sometimes I just hero edit in like the Shaco and you know I hero edit in the character Enigma, Heart of the Oak that I have already, but I just don't want to transfer it all 30 different times. So I just hero edit in stuff, you know, do the guide on how I think, you know, how I would do it and how I'd recommend to do it and stuff like that. The TZ cheese, says Nano. So you're talking about changing your clock on your PC to get TZ Andy nonstop? Yeah, that's kind of definitely cheating too, yeah. With how disgustingly broken TZ Andy is. Just crazily broken. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I would say if you do that, if you do change the clock to get TZ Andy, I mean, it's fine, you know, if that's what you think is fun. I don't think... I would not recommend that for most people, but a lot of people do things that I don't recommend, and they're fine with it, and it doesn't hurt me in any way, so... That's kind of in life in general, really, right? But if you did a Holy Grail and you said, oh, I did a Holy Grail, I legit finished it already, haha, Phil, you suck, I'm done already, haha. Oh, yeah. And I changed the clock to run TZ Andy nonstop. Like, oh, okay, never mind then. Like, that'd be a fun... and I'm pretty sure somebody had done this before, too. There's no way somebody hasn't. But, actually, I heard Llama say something about it one time for some reason. Oh, maybe on the Llama Trivia, he made a comment about it. But that somebody did a Holy Grail by just running TZ Andy nonstop, by changing the time. And they finished the whole Holy Grail in like 47 hours or something. 47 hours of TZ Andy. Boy, I really don't trust my memory on that one, but something like that. Is TZ forecasting cheating? Says Darren. I say no, because I look at the TZ schedule. Pretty much, I want you guys to understand. If I do it, it's fine. So that makes it not cheating. I could see an argument for it, I suppose.
What you need?
I could definitely see how that could be considered like a gray area, right? What do you guys think? Maybe I should put that in the poll. What do you guys think? Is this cheating? We got Darkwoods now, then it's a Bloodmoor. Bloodmoor, Darkwoods, Bloodmoor. Ancient Tunnels. Secret Cow level. I can stream slightly longer today, too. Aw, man. What is this? Why didn't I start streaming at 9 o'clock this morning? Unbelievable. It's certainly exploiting. I don't know. I've never heard anybody else's opinion on it ever before, really. Like any other content creator or anything. I don't know. So a lot of you guys probably watch other people who stream Diablo 2 as well, right? Does everybody use the Terra Zone schedule for single player to see what Terra Zones are coming up? Or is that just me? I've never even asked anybody. Like, it's one of those things that, you know, maybe I'm the weird one. I don't even know. Am I the weird one that looks at the Terra Zone schedule and all the other people who stream Diablo 2 are like, no, you can't look at that. I honestly just don't know. Thiago says everybody does. Well, see, if everyone's doing it, that means it's fine. Hashtag science. Is there a reason that I think it's not right to change the clock? Sorry, I drifted off the top, but I can't see who said it. But well, TZ Andy is just like 1,000 times like better drops. Like her drops are like 100 times better than anywhere else in the game. So it just doesn't seem right. Not noteworthy enough, I guess so. God says can't cheat one little time or he'll be a serial cheater. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Tyraels says definitely he uses the schedule for single player. Reasoning for playing offline. So yeah, Igor, pretty much every like streamer that is like a magic finder, like that's what they like to do, plays offline. There's a lot of different reasons for it, and I actually have a video all about it. Dude, that video pop off too. Sick thumbnail. I get it, because I look great on the thumbnail. But I'm like, what's that meme with Drake where he's like pointing in one and the other one he's like, I made the thumbnail like that, but it's me. And I'm like this at offline single player, and on where it says online, like I took screenshots of the, you know, the characters, and it says online and it says offline. And the one that's online, I'm like, and the offline one, I'm like, why everybody should be playing offline. Ding ding. Things popping. Now the shirtless one didn't do that great. I should have had the shirt off longer, maybe. I need to put that one up on OnlyFans, maybe. Gorilla said wishes they would remove TZ Andy Mephisto from the game. I don't know what the odds are for Mephisto. I've heard he's like pretty good Terror Zone wise, this and that. I don't find crap from TC Mephisto. Nothing. I don't know why that is, but only Slayers. Jacob says, Jacob C, he thinks that the schedule's fine, but altering the time, not fine. Perfectly fine if you're just goofing. Yeah. Yep, I think me and you kind of got the same opinion on this one. Sounds about right. Is there any way to deal with that curse? It was probably amp damage, I'm guessing. The easiest way for most everybody is there's an aura called cleansing. Wait, isn't that actually a paladin one? I didn't even think about it. Yeah, there's this aura right here, actually. When active, it's kind of behind everything, I guess, but... When active, it reduces the length and time for your party remain poisoned and cursed. So you can pop up the cleansing aura, but for every other character, there's a cure helm, which I don't have on here, but... Make a cure helm and put it on your Act 2 mercenary. And it has a level 1 cleansing aura that will... So it doesn't just, you can't just get rid of it instantly, but it goes away in like 5 seconds instead of like 40 seconds, which is just astronomically different, of course, so. Sorry. Someone was about to have a fit right there for a second. Sin bang. Like, you're on the wrong side, Phil. My OCD's kicking up. Gorilla says a lot of people choose single player because ladder's toxic.
Greetings.
I don't know about toxic, but yeah, it's just all the stuff, the static maps, the being able to change the players count, not having to rely on like sitting here like, okay guys, are you gonna join so I can go farm on with higher players count, blah blah blah, and stuff like that. Just a bunch of different things. There's no character limit that you can create, you know, stuff like that. See, Igor talking about single player or online, I believe, says, I understand you're speaking on behalf of streamers, but as a private person like me, what do you advise me to do? I still have the option to trade, the option to buy and host, other options. I mean, I always say for offline or online, I always recommend people to do both. I play ladder resets, and then when I get bored or like when it gets too hard, like the trading community dies down too much and I can't trade, because there's not enough people online anymore, then I just jump back to single player and I come back the next season. Pink T says ladder's over in 2 weeks because of JSP. A lot of people do blame JSP all the time. I really don't view it that way, to be honest. If you don't use JSP, like, you don't see the value dropping of stuff. So pretty much anytime somebody says, and I will use JSP too as well sometimes. So I'm not like just saying, but anyone who complains that the prices drop so fast are always people who use JSP. Because if you don't use D2 JSP, like, a burr rune is always worth like 2 Sir runes. Like, the price never changes, you know? An Enigma, if made correctly in the right base and things like that, like items are always worth like the same amount. Approximate. Some items do shift over time, you know, everyone wants their Viper Magi early on, so they'll give you like a gull for it early on, and then obviously a month in the ladder, you're not getting a gull for a 33 Viper Magi, but like, you know, that's because that's in high demand at the beginning and it's in lower demand later, you know, so those shifts happen. But good idea not to put all your eggs in one basket, says Igor. Yeah, kinda, yeah. I just think online and single player are both fun to go play with people. It's good to start over from the beginning, you know, when you find like a rare item in Act 3 of normal and you're like, oh my god, what? Like, this rare boot actually has like 3 resistances on it. Like, this is insane. You know, it's got like 12 lightning damage, like 14 fire, and like 15 poison or something. You're like, oh my god, ah! You know, that's the awesomest thing for me anyways about playing online again. Well, playing with people, of course. Like, you know, you got that going. But the finding things that you're excited to find again. When you, like the last season, I snagged a Naggle ring off a normal difficulty Tyrael, and it rolled like 28 magic find. I was stoked. But you find a 28, if I find a 28 magic find right now, not as exciting. Best way to farm Andy, 3 or 7. 7 is technically better, but it's like not a lot. Honestly, if you just run P3 on Andy, you'll be fine. For the most part. If player 7 is any slower than players 3, you kind of probably just want to do players 3 probably. Regardless of what anyone says about like the drop rates off of Andy, this and that or whatever. So there's all the monsters around Andarli as well that all drop dead, and they can all drop high runes. And if it's terrorized, technically they could all drop, if you're high level terrorized, every item in the game too, right? So even having the higher players count should, theoretically, increase your odds of getting something nasty off the other monsters. I thought that was something a little different. Oh, 11 poison res is the max, but you know, increase your chance of dropping an ohm or something off of one of the random monsters around. Jane's up from a minute ago here, trying to catch up on some comments. Had that TZ Andy meth the other day that was back to back. Sounds like you hit that one. 2 hours of grinding gave you more stuff than you got in 2 weeks in other terror zones. Yeah. Andy, I definitely feel it. When I run Andy, way better drops than other places. But yeah, I don't... Anecdotal, of course, you know, maybe it's just me. I feel like TZ meth, I don't get anything good off. But yeah, like I said, it's just me, I guess. Just me. New fan here. What's going on? Sorry on the pronunciation here, but is that Yek-Gru? I think. Between Barb, Pally, and Necro, which one is your favorite for single player and why? Probably Barb, because it's like the best unique hunter in the game. You have it like fully decked out, best gear, or you can stack many hundreds of magic find, like easily over 500 with no problem. And like blast to hunt uniques. So Pally and Necro are probably pretty close to each other, but Barb is probably mo beta favorited. Werewolf saying also a fellow non-Mephisto finder of good stuff. Yeah. Yeah, some of us, you know. Since I got Last Wish, am I going to be making Tesladin or Dragadin be your next jaw project? I mean, I'd have to get a lot of jaws. I think I only have one right now. I don't know what else, I mean, besides, let's see, Dream and Dragon, but I would need dual Dreams, right? So, the Dragadin I'm even less familiar with than the Tesladin, to be honest, because they're so expensive that I never actually would usually play that stuff. There's that bow, too, that takes a jaw, right? Doesn't Faith take a jaw and an ohm and something? I can't remember offhand. Don't have those memorized. Fine. Faith and Ice. Yeah, I don't think I made either one of those yet, so... Boy, that's kind of the struggle. I probably have... Ooh. I probably have, like, 8 Ja runes worth of rune words to make if I really went for the rune word Holy Grail too. Which is going to be a struggle. Toby says I had a crazy... Oh, excuse me. Stayed up watching that football game last night. Had a crazy TZ trap drop yesterday. 2 mangs within 10 minutes. It's nice.
Yes.
TZ Trav. Love Trav. Psych! Personally, just not a big fan of Trav, but that's just me. No new additions to the game except for the Japanese editions made recently. Is that still what I think? Yeah, Igor, that's kind of still, I mean, you're talking about the Chinese, the extra stash tabs or whatever. Yeah, I would doubt there's going to be any changes to the game. There was some weird verbiage or something about rebalancing Mosaic or something from some question that was translated from Chinese, but I don't know about that. We'll see. I don't know. I don't see why they wouldn't bring that stuff to the regular server, but... Well, to be honest, I do kind of know why they wouldn't bring it to the regular server. Because after how much crap they took from Diablo Immortal, because they had pay for, you know, quote-unquote pay for power in that, I bet you they're pretty leery to do anything for the American servers, for the American audiences, that would be anything remotely pay for power. And I bet you any money, some people would complain that being able to buy extra shared stash tabs would be an advantage that someone's paying for, and people would lose their minds. So yeah, I'm still pretty much on board with the same opinion there, that they may bring that stuff, but I don't even know if that's gonna happen. Breath of the Dying Ogrimal, says Scott. Maybe. Nano saying single player Faith, so expensive. Yeah, I could look it up real quick, but McCarthy hurt ankle, gonna miss week 3. Jade Daniels questionable, cool. Status uncertain. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good to know. Good to know. Fragments said he did it. What did you do? What did you do? Ah, finished hell difficulty. Nice.
Good day.
Congrats on that. Let's Google it real quick. I never did make a Faith, huh? Oh, what an idiot. You gotta save for Diablo 2 Resurrected, or else they're gonna bring you to something else. Am I blind? Oh, Om in a Ja and a Lem in an Eld. Yeah, I mean, it takes a Ja, so... Boy, imagine... So if you get one to all skills, you have to re-roll it, huh? Try to get 2? I don't really like Boazon at all, too, so... I don't know. Can't wait for a Sunder Charm now. Yeah, I will just mention, Sunder Charms are not really effective unless you have a bunch of expensive gear. Unless you're a cold sorceress, I guess. Then it does help a little bit more than the other ones, but... Like, if you are a Lightning Sorcerer, or like a Nova Sorc, and you're going to take on things that are immune to lightning, and you think if you get a Sunder Charm, oh, I'll just, you know... I have a Spirit Sword and a Lore Helm, and I'm going to go ahead and take out all this stuff immune to lightning. It's not going to work that way. So. See, Nano saying single player faith on a grand matron bow so risky. Kind of. I mean, I guess it depends what kind of runes you got on single player, huh? I think I don't really have a lot of jaws at the moment. I just got the one because I just made Last Wish, but I do have all these lows and I got all these burrs I can cube up. I do have all this page. These are all extra ohm runes that I don't want. So, I can cube all this stuff up. I still haven't used my Zods. Found 2 of those now. But yeah, I need to find a bunch of jaws. Pretty much is what I'm getting at. Pink says, fine with stash tabs that suggest quality of life. Pay for quality of life? Yeah, I mean, honestly, if they had... I'd be fine with some stash tabs for 10 bucks or something. Look at those lems. Oh, right? Mark is saying 1 skill on a bow is on so little. Yeah, I did see that the fanaticism was 12 to 15. I wonder, that's probably more consequential, to be honest, than the skill, huh? I don't actually know, but I was just guessing there. Yeah, Nano said the same. Just said, you typed it in, I think, about the same time I said it there. The Fanat more important. Mewtwo, are you talking about with the Faith Bow? If I made that, I had a more variety of bows to play with. Yeah, I'm just personally not much of a Boazon guy. There is that use for the Act 1 mercenary for some people's too. Get the fanaticism on a melee character. But I don't play a ton of melees either, just because the area of effect is like nothing on all melee characters essentially. What is the deal with Sunders? They only drop in terror zones. By the way, I listened to you and struggling with Bale Waves. Best of luck on the Bale Waves. And yeah, they only drop from terror zones, from the unique monsters and the elites and stuff. They do kind of drop all the time if you're running on higher players count. I would say the rarity of them, like let's say you're running Eldritch on players 1 difficulty, because your character's not very good or something that's terrorized. You'll probably find, if you run for an hour, you'll probably find 1 or 2 of them. If you run like a player 7 on Eldritch on single player, you'll probably find like 5 or more of them, to be honest. If you just like spam Eldritch over and over again, just like as an example, because it's always going to be kind of random. Because actually, I've been hitting this terror zone here. I haven't even found one out here yet in almost an hour, so... There is, of course, you know, luck of the draw. RNGs happens no matter what, so. We did almost get this bar so far already today. Oh, Mewtwo, we're talking about Dream, you were saying earlier. It's the chillest build. Right, just run around, don't even attack. Diego wants the Merc gear, I suppose. Yeah, it's just Fortitude, Andal's Visage, and Insight.
What you need?
Nothing special. Super standard stuff over there, nothing crazy. Anywhere, let's see, someone was asked about skillers and I missed it. Few people hammering here. Skillers can drop everywhere, starting in Nightmare. Yeah, I feel like Act 3 of Nightmare is where they start dropping, right? I don't really... Some people will say, oh, go farm, you know, Nightmare Act 3 to find skillers, or some people will say farm Nightmare Cows to find skillers. I personally don't recommend those kind of things because Nightmare Cows, you have no chance of finding a jaw rune at all. You have no chance of finding like the elite rune word bases or any, you know, most of those high runes you can't find there. The most life you can get on a skiller from Nightmare Cows is 30. You can't get the 40 to life that you can get from cows, which is that a huge thing? Realistically, you probably wouldn't feel a difference in your build between 30 life and 40 life on a Grand Shrine, but you know, it is better. Nightmare Cows, I don't know, you probably can't find a Shaco. Maybe you can, I don't know, but there's going to be all kinds of different stuff you can't find in Nightmare Cows. Holy Freezor Diego is coming from that Act 2 mercenary. Not sure I know what Eldritch even means. Oh. Gotcha. So Eldritch is just coming out to the Frigid Islands, and he's just a super unique that's right here that has these minions. So he's really easy to farm real quick, like over and over and over again. So yeah, you can hit him that fast, save and exit, come back in, hit him again, again. Got. Technically, terrorize Nightmare Cows, you could find a Shaco. Gotcha. Gotcha. So I would definitely not recommend also running terrorized Nightmare Cows when you could run terrorized Hell Cows.
Afternoon.
And find a D-Web. I actually found a D-Web from terrorized cows one time. And actually, you can find a Griffins from cows too. Just normal cows. But only specifically from like the champions and stuff. I've seen some people find those before. Nice barb haircut. Yeah, that's exactly why I got it like this, yeah. Just trying to look like the barb. So maybe we'll just go do a classic Chaos Sanctuary runs here, huh? Just classic. And we can take out some of these guys too. To get any... Actually, you know what? I can't really... Because at this level, with this experience, I can't even... What am I even going to get? Like one experience from the whole run? I mean, I guess Diablo gives me a little bit of experience, but... Because, I mean, the point of me doing this too is also to get this to 99, so... But man, Terrorized Bloodmoor is just so rough. Like, rough in the sense of there's like no monsters there. There's all these packs of like 2 Quill Rats and like 3 Carvers. It's fine if you're trying to get your first Sunday like day 1 a ladder or something, but... Marty says Chuck Norris for the win. Bro! Chuck Norris couldn't even clean my jockstrap. That bum. Go ahead, Marty. Scott. There's a deep cut from Scott right there. Chaos Sanctuary, you need a Lightning Sorceress with Infinity.
I am overburdened.
You know. 7 to 8 boss packs spawn there. There are some boss packs I know, but just like there's just no monsters. I don't know. Maybe we'll go do... I actually do quite a few of those on the first day of ladder stuff when it pops up because it's so easy. But there was one day I was like posting games for ladder reset and it was Terrorized Bloodmoor and I found a Lem and an Ist in like an hour. We would all just like fan out and kill stuff as fast as we could. Like we'd all kill one champ and then reset real quick. But yeah, I got a few Sunder Charms and I found a Lem and an Ist. Like on the second day of ladder or whatever it was. Yeah, Ist is cool, but a Lem. Hubba hubba. Oh man, we're funny. Is Firewall Sork still good, I wonder? It's relatively good for like boss farming. I do not like using it against regular monsters that actually like move. But yeah. Fully maxed out firewall, and then like you drop a firewall. Really, you can just drop a few firewalls, or you can shoot like fireballs between it or something. It's not as insane as it was for that one time period where it was glitched and it was actually doing double the amount of damage it should have been. What? Oh, I didn't hit this one. Gotcha. Wait, what? All right, come on. Jim says, never had a character over 90. Yeah, it just takes time, you know. This character getting to the 99 here, it pretty much just tells you I play a lot. Pretty much what it says. I never even really tried to level either. This is just me magic finding, and today I was like, why don't I play a paladin? And I looked and I was like, oh, I'm 97, almost 98. That means it's only one level to 99. Magic find to 99. Let's go. How'd that happen? See, Fragment said he is a Blaze Sword can hell a lot, huh? Just fire up Blaze and run away. Nice. Grilla said, takes 1 day to get to 99. Or to get to level 90. I mean, if you play for like 15 hours and you like play with a full party and or speed run, then yes. I suppose. Most people don't play for like 12 hours a day though. And also a lot of people are, you know, newer, less experienced. They don't play the same way, you know, so. Well, you must play, Grilly, you must play a lot of hours on single player, I'll tell you that much. I would say if I took 12 hours and played on single player, I don't know how fast actually I could get to level 90 after I beat the game. But honestly, on single player, by myself, I'm trying to think of how long it would take me. How long did it take me to beat the game? Jane says highest level ever was a 98 Amazon for you, huh? An Amazon, huh? Nice. Yeah, I got a few. This will be, when I get this one here, it'll be my second 99 as single player, but in D2R, I've never had one online. The only 99s I ever had online were, was like back in the day when it was super easy to get to 99. Because it was like super easy and then it got super hard, so. And then it got super easy and then it got super hard again. Pretty much. But yeah, cow levels used to give you 70 bagillion experience, so. You could literally get rushed in, and the thing is too is you didn't have to do any of the you didn't have to do like the ancients or anything. You didn't have to go get the pieces to pick the hammer for Act 3 or anything, the mace I mean. You could just like go kill Andy, go kill Tyrael, go kill Mephisto, you know. You could just do all that. So I guess you had to do ancients, but you didn't have to do any of the Act 3 stuff, and there was no level requirement or anything, you know what I mean? So, you could get rushed all the way through the game, and you might, oh boy, you might accidentally level up once or twice just from like being around when a monster gets killed. And then you jump into a hell cow game at like, you'd be like level 3. And by the end of the first game, you'd be like level 20. And you just stand in the corner and not kill anything. And then the end of the next game, you'd be like level 28. And then the next game, you'd be like level 32. You know, you just like a few games, in like an hour, you'd be like level 80 without killing anything. The people that killed the king back in the day, yeah, that was a rough problem, right? Cow killer! That'd be so funny. Anytime you've seen the lightning enchant coming off of a cow, everyone would be like, "No, stop!" Like that into chat, and then you see people just dipping out and exiting, and then the next game the guy would go to make, and they'd be like, "Who did it? Who killed the king?" And then they'd all be like, talk crap about the guy. Who did it? The thing is, too, is nobody really fully understood. Like, they knew that killing the king is what made you not be able to make, but they didn't know that you had to kill the king as somebody who had never killed the king before, you know? Like, so funny. Aaron Jones hamstring injury? Wow. Freaking gold and silver, bro. I wish I would have bought, like... I wish I would have took my whole retirement and put it in gold. The gorilla said you played 4,000 hours, 3,000 of them Pit Circuit. Ooh. Crazy. Jones and McCarthy both out now? I'm going to be honest. Brinker, they're probably better off without McCarthy playing, to be perfectly honest. And they're probably better off with Jones not playing, too. Honestly, at this point in their careers, I bet you Mason's probably better than Aaron Jones. And McCarthy looks real bad. And, I mean, I'm a Michigan Wolverine fan, so... me saying that, I mean, you know I'm being honest. I'm not just trash talking. I do not want the Michigan man to not be good, but he does not look very good at all. I don't know. Who's their backup? I don't even know who the backup quarterback is there. They're probably better off. Isn't it like, wait a second. No, I know it. I know who it is. It's... I can't remember who it is now. They traded for somebody. I was gonna say Mason Rudolph, but it's not Mason Rudolph. It's like, I can't remember. Arson. Oh, Wentz. Carson Wentz. Maybe not. I don't know. I haven't seen Carson Wentz play in a minute. Jane says remembers his friends losing the ability to make from random cow king kills. From my understanding, and it's been a while, obviously, it had to be somebody who killed the king who hadn't completed the cow king quest yet. That was my understanding. Maybe I'm the one that doesn't remember right. I don't know. Marty saying, yeah. Escape and exit super fast. Ooh. Yeah, that was definitely a go-to maneuver as well. You've seen the lightning enchant coming out. That's what the lightning enchant would be coming out and people would be freaking out. And then the person would be like, no, dude, I'm a lightning fury Javazan. I can't even deal any damage to him. Oh, okay. That was, the cows was crazy back in the day. Nobody, and the way I remember it anyways, nobody did anything except for ran cows. That's all anyone did back in the day, from what I remember. Oh yeah, I forgot I was gonna go hit after this run. I'm gonna do a one Bloodmore run and see how bad it is, if it's as annoying as I remember. Cows, 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 and boosting. Yeah, yeah. Some people mentioned to me there must have been a period when I didn't play, like a year or two, when there was, what was it called, Uber leveling. The monsters that were in the Uber areas apparently gave like 70 trillion experience or something. 70 bagillion infinity experience. And then either I just didn't know because I was dumb and didn't know what was going on, or maybe it was another time when I didn't play, but frigid Highland runs, I guess people used to do. Maybe that was before my time even. Because I got the game in like, it must have been like 01 maybe when I got the game or something. 01, early 02, maybe something like that. I can't remember for sure. Death Mask, Legendary. But I never seen or heard of anyone doing frigid Highland runs, but definitely people talked about it, so. Jane said, did so much boosting. Bone knife. Uh-oh, not ethereal though. Do the poison and bone on a bone knife? Ooh.
I can't carry any.
Yeah, back to Jane's here. Bunch of boosting. Remember every single tomb location in Act 2. Just need the symbol. Yeah, that's one of those things I really should remember, but I just can't. I just never do. I tried it for a few days and I was like, this is so boring trying to remember these tomb locations. I'm just so bored. I just stopped. Superior CV Ethereal. Can I add sockets to it and make it an insight? Yes. Superior Ethereal CV. Yep. Go ahead and take that to Larzik. You'll get 4 sockets in it from Larzik. And yeah, good to go. Ooh, this is quite the density right here for the Bloodmore. Let's see. Fragment says, or is it a better base? I mean, a Ethereal CV is a pretty solid base. Is it the best possible base in the whole game? No, but I mean, pretty good. A lot of people's first go-to. Yeah, I mean, depending on what you got, I mean, a CV, I don't remember how much damage it ends up with, but I mean, it's got to be in the 800s or something, so unless you have like an Ethereal Thresher or something, you're probably got one of the better bases you can get. An elite base anyways. Wolf Mech, what's going on? Oh, I didn't mean to teleport into here. Now I can't teleport. Yeah, I was gonna do one of these just to see if if it was as bad as I remembered, and it is, of course. You can never find the champs are always too spread out. There's not enough density. Only day 1 a ladder trying to get a Sunday. Decided to level up a Javazon, running P8 cows for an hour. Spent 5 hours shopping 320 Java gloves. Yeah, I never shop those Java gloves. This guy down here. It does stink that there's no champions anywhere down here. Like, you're just only going down here to get, what's his name? Corpse Fire, I guess? Where is it at? Where is he at? Okay, yeah, Corpse Fire. Says there's Rakaka. Nope, not doing that again. How's the Grail going? It's going. I have everything except Tyraels Might. So, hopefully we get that. Yeah, Jacob says he prefers the Thresher for the base for insight.
Good to see you.
Yeah, I mean, I think technically that is technically one of the best ones, or the best one. I don't stress about it too much, to be honest. I would venture to say, or essentially everybody, if I hopped on your computer and didn't tell you and swapped your Thresher for like a great poleaxe on your mercenary for your insight base, and I didn't tell you, you would never know the difference. So, kind of one of those situations. It is technically the perfect way to min-max, but I don't worry about min-maxing that much when it's something I wouldn't even notice that I changed, even if it is technically like 0.2% better. Anyone use a cryptic axe? Somebody does. As for quote-unquote use, I mean, I do. It's more like I don't not use a cryptic axe is pretty much the thing, if that makes sense. Little Kraken shell, a little bit rare. You know, you got the elite base. Leviathan. Cool one. The green armor. There's a change that, you know, here's a change. I'm anti-change guy, but they should make things that can be, things that roll indestructible, uniques, they should make them so that they can roll ethereal. What I say? Hop on it, devs.
I am overburdened.
That and set items. Roll ethereal. Orith only rolls. What? Oh, there's supposed to be a space there. Jordan, you're saying or have things only roll ethereal if they're indestructible. No, I think they should be back and forth. So that the ones that aren't ethereal, so the ones that are ethereal are like worth more, you know what I mean? I like things that roll differently, because then it adds more excitement to it, you know what I mean? Like, how excited would you be for Sandstorm Treks to drop under most circumstances if they were always ethereal, you know? Even though that's not indestructible. If you watched the Llama Trivia, you'd get it. But, you know, the things that can be, like, ethereal or not ethereal, but then they are ethereal. Whoa, you know. Ah! You know, exciting. You get what I'm saying? Marty says a Thresher, like the Cryptic Axe, more consistent damage. Thresher faster, though. Yeah, just me, maybe. I'm just like an anti-min-maxer, I guess. I do a little bit sometimes here and there, but I don't really worry about it too much if it just doesn't do much for me. Ralroon. So yeah, Kazin, I have probably seen it before. I like a lot of things, I suppose. I got a video about it. And I think I seen that Reddit thing, and I have like pictures and screenshots of different graphs and stuff showing the different DPS based upon, and sometimes it's I'm not sure exactly how they figure out the DPS necessarily when a lot of the damage per second is based upon how much damage it would deal because of crushing blow. I forget exactly how they decided to guesstimate that amount, because the amount of damage you get from crushing blow is different for every monster. So, but yeah. Good God. Well, yeah, I did kind of see it. I guess that dropped from some regular monsters, so it couldn't be a Tyraels might anyways. Out here. The Wolf Mech said, wish she had one of the rare ethereal thunder mauls for the wolf druid. Yeah, I get you. One of the ones like 400 ED type of situation. What? Why is he missing or something here? I do got a pretty nasty one that you'd probably think was sick if you're asking about that. I have a magic one, but it's a cruel ethereal. So it's pretty nasty. It's a cruel thunder maul that's ethereal. And it's not quite as high as that. Not 1.5k, but it's got almost 1,000 damage. And for a blue item, that's pretty cool. You could get... I could Lars kit and try to get 2 sockets in it, too. It'd be pretty crazy. A little crazy, I guess. Wizard gotta go with Chuck Norris. Unbelievable. Go pick up the kids, Phil. Actually, today, appreciate you, Jordan, though. I do appreciate you. On Mondays from now on, I don't have to pick up my daughter from school anymore. Yeah. Pawning that off on the grandparents now.
What do you need?
I'm gonna play a little bit longer here. Not too insanely long, but a little bit longer. Spectral Shard useful for anything? Spectral Shard can be good in certain instances. It's not like there's no end game builds really fragment that it's good for. You can use Spectral Shard on, let's say you don't have dual whiz spikes yet, but you find a Spectral Shard. It has 50 FCR on it. Sometimes early on in ladder, if I find a Spectral Shard, I will use it to get to a higher breakpoint on like a Nova Sorceress. I've done that before. Ooh. Only one skill though. I was actually using Spectral Shard for a little bit over I found an Umrune day 1 of ladder one time with a Novasaur, and I made a Crescent Moon instantly, but the only FCR I had was on my main hand. So I was actually using the Spectral Shard to get to a higher breakpoint, specifically to teleport wherever you're going, and then swapping to the Spirit or to the Crescent Moon. But I actually ended up only just using the Spectral Shard all the time, because the breakpoint I got to felt like it was way more damage by casting, because I was casting like twice as many Novas, like twice as fast, you know what I mean? So just kind of budget uses you could find for it, and there's no, like, it's the best in slot endgame, so. Extra stream now, says Jordan. Yeah, kind of, yeah. I'm going to be streaming a little bit longer here. I'm not going to go till, I ain't streaming till 9 o'clock tonight or anything, but extra half hour, something like that. Start thinking about dinner. I did actually just upload a video this morning too that I got to get the thumbnail done for. So, yeah, all kinds of stuff. I do want to do a fantasy football video. Super quick too. Oh, speaking of my fantasy football channel, which is called Fantasy Football Phil, all PHs. That's an Umrune. Let's go! That's called an easy way to plug your other channel in your Drop Pilot video. Good old Umrune. So not too bad, you know. Runes are known for out here, of course. You know what I might do after this run? Maybe I'll go look again. About every 3rd day I gotta go look at my weapons mule to admire all the rares and stuff I found on single player. Maybe we'll do that. It should be called Lem Fantasy Football. I don't know that they would understand. When they see Fantasy Football Phil, they're like, oh, his name's Phil, and he put the PH for all the Fs. Funny! Funny! This is a funny guy! But, I don't think they'd get the Lem room. Phil loves PH. I mean, it is pretty cool. How about these battle order things, huh? Pretty funny. Yeah, so only sub to it if you like fantasy football and you want to watch my videos. Only sub to it if you want to do that. But yeah, I appreciate you subscribing. Watch the videos all the way. That's probably the most important thing for especially new channels. When people watch your videos, watch them all the way to the end.
I can't carry anything.
The average. Click on every one as soon as it pops up in your feed and watch it all the way to the end. That's like the literal most important thing that anybody could do. For really any YouTuber, if you really want to help out their channel. That average view duration and the click-through rate is like the GOAT. Yeah, the biggest problem with this fantasy football channel now that season's going, like, the algorithm doesn't know what to do with me necessarily because it doesn't really have enough information to guarantee, like, show my videos to this person and this person and these people exactly. It has an idea, but it takes a day or two for it to kind of get its bearings to decide who to show it to. And in fantasy football, like, if today I did, like, these injuries, you know, look for these guys on the waiver wire on Tuesday. Well, the waivers run at like midnight on Tuesday night, so they have to show it today. On Wednesday, the waiver wire video is worthless, you know, like, so kind of one of those things. Gonna send it in your league now that you're watching my videos? Gonna send it. Oh, you're gonna send it to everybody in your league. Gotcha. Appreciate you. I thought you meant you were gonna send it, like that one meme video, the guy with the mullet chugging Bush Light, jumps the snowmobile. He's like, "I'm gonna bleep and send it." Slams a Bush Light, jumps his like 1973 Skidoo, and lands and just boom and bounces and flies off of it. So funny. Earth Spirit, okay, and a Tyraels amulet. Crazy! Oh. It actually is the Tyraels amulet. That's wild. Don't actually find a ton of Tyraels amulet. Along with, is this Earth Shifter or is this that white, or Spirit Keeper? What was I saying? Spirit Keeper, kind of a rare one. Tyraels amulet's the coolest one probably though. Damn, boy. Let's see what's the other stuff. Anything not ethereal, maybe some good boots. No. Upgrade this to an Ogre Maul. We'll keep Tyraels amulet, I guess. Good call. Yeah, I definitely don't always call that either, by the way. Give me one quick second. I probably have like a bunch of Tyraels amulet. Actually, I don't need to keep that. The more I think about it, the less I need to keep it. I don't know. I gotta figure this out. I got too many extra runes to do. I need to move this all over, really. But that's gonna take me a minute. Hazen says that's the last part you needed for your Sork Grail. Interesting. Sork Grail. That just all items for the sorceress, or oh, for your Grail Sork. Sork Grail. I don't know why I flipped those words around. Gotcha. You're grailing sorceress. Now it makes sense. Tail set pretty solid for sure, for sure. Daniel going on. Caught me live, yeah. Well, good thing I streamed a little extra long today. So you could catch me. Yeah, teleport. There you go. Why don't I cube them up? I will. I just haven't done it yet. I'll do it for some kind of video. I don't know exactly. What did I do for the last one? Was it just like a little short 2-minute video, or was it? I don't remember. The last time I had that full page and cubed them up. So that page is designated for runes that I am going to cube together. You know, I'm going to upgrade to the higher runes, but just as like a hype factor type of situation, I was going to do them all at once. Daniel, yo! Almost 2 years. Thank you so much for the 23 months of Slayership. Ooh. Appreciate you. Ooh, man, I'm getting hungry. It's only 3:32, man. Devastating. I don't even start cooking dinner for another hour and a half. Great. Wish I had more free time. Yeah, I mean, I kind of get that, I suppose. Appreciate you watching when you can, though. Appreciate ya. Good old shark skin boots. That was one back in the day, the water walks. That people loved using. What am I making for dinner? I was thinking... I haven't ran it by the wife yet. She usually doesn't. I usually pick whatever, though. I was thinking of doing tacos. Even though it's Monday. It's fine, though. It's fine. And I usually do tacos with ground turkey. I know people are going to just throw up in their mouths a little bit. So I actually make tacos so often with ground turkey that when I make tacos with ground beef, my daughter's like, ew, oh, this doesn't taste right. Kind of funny. Like, she doesn't eat tacos anywhere unless I make them, because she only ever ate tacos with ground turkey her whole life. Kind of funny. Also kind of funny too, though, is because she eats broccoli and she's like, I don't get it, my friends are weird. Like, they don't eat broccoli and they say it's gross and don't like it. I'm like, well, yeah, other people's parents don't force them to eat broccoli like I did your entire life. The Lutz, yo, thank you for the 10. Oh, man, 10 months to Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much for taking Jeff Bezos' money and using it for a Twitch Prime sub. Texas sheet cake? I've never heard of that before. I've never even heard of it. Is that just like meatloaf? But like flatter? Alex says, I always loved broccoli. I did not. I think it's just my my mom, the way she made broccoli was not a way that I liked. She would like steam broccoli with no seasoning on it of any kind and stuff, you know? Ugh. You gotta have some seasoning on it. Like, I mean, I can eat plain broccoli now that I eat broccoli, but like, it's not, but man. Or cheesy broccoli. I have never actually had that, but I can remember the way it smelled when I was a kid, and I don't know if I could eat it. Just looking at it nowadays. Gutturals. So the youngest is almost 9 years old, and I have a 20-year-old stepson. So Biff, appreciate you. Yeah, so on Mondays from now on, I don't have to pick my kid up from school anymore, unless I'm told I need to. So from now on, Mondays, Monday Fun Day. I don't have to pick my daughter from school, and then she's going straight to dance, and then she's not going to be home till like 8:20 or 8:30 or something. Same here, man, says Wolf. I didn't see what which comment I made that was in reference to. My apologies. The kids one or the broccoli one? Good to hear, Dullard. Thank you. Viv said he had a little panic. He was, yeah, he knows that if I'm late to pick my kid up, Viv's gonna get just reamed out. Galback's gonna come on here and start yelling at chat. You guys are supposed to remind Phil to pick his kid up from school. Ah! How could you? We trusted you. He can't be responsible for his own kids. Obviously, that's a joke, by the way. Oh, that's funny though. It's funny. Get that large charm? No. I stopped picking up large charms probably like 3 years ago. When I found out that large charms max magic find was less than the maximum amount of magic find you can get on a small charm, I went, why am I picking these up? I couldn't think of a circumstance on offline single player where I would ever use a charm underneath, or like a large charm. I'm never going to use one. When would I ever use a large charm over a skiller? And then there's just nowhere to use them, you know what I mean? From what I understand, the memory's slipping and it's not my strong suit, but I think for PvP, large charms can be good, I think. Maybe for like low-level dueling especially, or mid-level or something. I forget exactly, but mid-level melee dueling or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but there is some instance like that they can actually be valuable online to trade. But yeah, there's no circumstance, personally, the types of gameplay I do, that I would ever use a large charm. Going for res. What's the max? Isn't the max resistance on a large charm 8? For the all res? I don't know what the individual res max on a large charm is. I think it's 8 for all res, and then a small charm all res max is 5. I know a small charm's max for a individual res is 11. But I don't know what the large charm individual res is. I don't know. Yeah, it's wild to me that a large charm's max magic find is 6. What is that? That just doesn't make any sense. I mean, I'm anti-change guy, but they could definitely use a little bit of a rework. Like, a large charm at least needs to have the same... I mean, honestly, a large charm should have at least one more magic find than the small charm of the same, like, amount of inventory space, you know? So, honestly, a large charm should have at least 15 magic find. Especially since small charms are so useful to use underneath grand charms with skillers. So, yeah, that's kind of what I think. I don't think they should go too crazy on large charms. Like, don't make a large charm have 25 MF on it or something. But if a large charm had like 15 magic find, you know. So that would be like losing a skiller, and instead of having, you know, you could have 30 magic find in this space instead of a skiller and 7, you know. I do have this one for the fire res to make this up higher, but yeah. 1% magic find grand charms. Ooh. Right, those are comical as well. Yeah. Under what circumstance would you use that? You got to be real hard up to be using that. Real hard up. See, Guttural said 15 on a grand charm, talking about magic find, I believe. Huh. Might be right. I don't know. Yeah, Daniel says 6 is absurd. Yeah, it at least has to be higher than the amount you can get on a small charm. It just doesn't make any sense. Joshua saying it should be more than the equivalent of the small charms that took up the same amount of space. I believe so too, especially with, I did kind of mention that, maybe you put that in there at the same time or before I said it even, but because the skiller with the small charm is so useful like this, it should be like at least 15% on a large charm. A Gajeeds? A Gaheeds? Yeah, we got one of those over here. I know it's a little behind chat, but you could tell it was a Gaheeds. But that's so hard to say. A Gaheeds. I like that one though. I thought that one up on the spot of the completely wrong way to say something. I thought that up on the spot. I like how it rolled off the tahung though. See, Bodnar's saying best Grand Charm he's got is a 15 all res, 32 to life. Solid. Solid. 15, I know all res is the max on a Grand Charm. 32's up there on the life anyways. How many mistakes per single player? You like that one, Umbration? Thank you. Performed a little even better than I thought it would, so maybe I kind of, you know, was the right topic people were looking for. Do you have to? Oh, from school? I thought your mom was getting her.
I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore.
So I gotta pick her up from dance. Okay. Are you walking or what are you doing? You can leave right now. You'll get there like 3-4 minutes early. Or 5, depending how fast you are. Thanks a lot, chat. Turns out I had to pick my daughter up from school. Actually, no, I didn't have to, but I didn't remember again. My wife's picking her up, don't worry. Pretty much you guys heard the whole story. I need to start being more responsible with... I need to start putting alarms and notes and stuff and start doing that. I can't be trusted to remember things. Which I should know that by now, but I'm just a dumbhead, I guess. Yeah, she's a little bit more... It's kind of one of those situations like... When somebody does something all the time, then they just get better at doing it. And then you kind of like, oh, they do it, so you don't do it. You know what I mean? We'll say like this. This happened last night, right? The string, or not the string, the cable, I don't know what it's called, string cable, in the toilet, you know, the one you push the handle and it pulls up the plunger, the little cable, it broke, right? So I fixed it. I'm sure my wife, if she learned how to do it, she could easily fix it, right? And nobody asked her, but my daughter told me, so I went and fixed it or whatever. She's perfectly capable, but I'm just the one that always would fix something like that, so I know how to do it real quick and easy. I could, but it's kind of one of those things that happen. It's just human nature, I guess, to just fall into the pattern of like, this person does this, so they do it, you know what I mean? So that's kind of, you know, that's kind of how it happened. But I need to be mo better. Mo better. It's pretty much what I'm saying. Mo better with scheduling and remembering stuff and putting little notes in my phone and whatnot. Yeah, it's kind of one of those things. She was because like I got a 20-year-old stepson, like I mentioned earlier. So she was a single mother for 10 years before I met her. So I guess she just got more used to it, and I never had to, and then she was already used to it, so she did the stuff, and then I didn't, you know, she scheduled things and kept the schedules, so yeah, you know what I'm saying. You guys know what I mean. GG on Phil's wife, no doubt, no doubt. She did look at me like I was an idiot, though, but what am I supposed to say? The look you gave me was accurate. Accurate and deserved. Whiteboard calendar on the fridge. Maybe. We used to have one of those, but then it's just like, you know, then someone's got to keep erasing it and refilling everything in again. Honestly, I mean, with modern technology, you can do that stuff on your phone. We should get this set up, I'm going to be honest. Yeah, Joshua, one calendar. That's what you can honestly, yeah, get a calendar on your phone or whatever, and, you know, anytime I schedule something, like anything
Greetings.
random, I can put it in there, or, you know,
Hail to you, champion.
anyone can change anything on the calendar. That's what we need to do. We're gonna do it. One of these days, maybe on Sunday when we're just sitting there watching football for 5 hours.
I can't carry it.
Filling out the calendar every January 2nd? Well, yeah, but then stuff's always changing all the time. Who picks who up from here? You know, I don't know. I think calendar on the phone is a better option for personally. Not that yours, what you guys do wouldn't work or whatever. Top 3 games of all time. Tough call. I would say we're doing not Diablo 2 related, right? Like, not Diablo 2 games. I would say how do you choose? How do you choose? See, I'm a big fan of like different series of games, so it's hard to pick because like I really like the Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9, the ones for PS1. But how do you pick which one though? I kind of like them all equally. I know, I guess I would say Final Fantasy 8. And then Halo 2. That's a tough call. Because some of those games were so, like, leaps and bounds better than everything else at the time, but then still now, you know, like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 was pure insanity. Like, that was just crazy how good it was. But, you know, but then how do you... I used to play Call of Duty, like, every year we would wait for the next Call of Duty to come out. Same with Halo. We'd wait for the next Halo to come out. But, like, Halo 2 was the biggest leap from Halo 1 to Halo 2. Just massive. It pretty much it ushered in, like, online first-person shooter gaming. On console, pretty much. Call of Duty's, like, I don't know, maybe Black Ops 2? Like, how do I even pick which Call of Duty? All the ones before Future Warfare. I don't know, saying FF7, Final Fantasy 7, huge part of your childhood. Yeah, Final Fantasy 7 was wild back then for sure. But 8 with the tails. With the tails. What do you mean with the tails? I don't know what you mean by that, but I just thought it was so. You know, the summons like become more used to your character, and they become more powerful the more whichever character like uses them more, and then you could like draw the summons like mid-battle from the monsters you were fighting and stuff, and the way the cards worked, where you could take the cards and get good items for endgame gear with the cards later, and stuff, so. Bob saying Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2, and Black Ops 1 were the best. Yeah, see, I can't even remember which ones are really which, to be honest. Like, I would get the disc, pop it in, and I would never look at them again, and I would just play Blast, you know? I don't even know, like... I can literally remember sitting down at night, being like, yeah, the new Call of Duty comes out tomorrow, and I'm still playing the one from last year, like, daily, for like 6 hours a day at the time.
I can't carry it.
And, yeah. Did I play the Tony Hawk Remaster? I did not, no. Did not. Oh, 9 with the tails. Oh, the half monkey dude, that's the main guy that has the tail, yeah. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, Final Fantasy VIII was one that was kind of like not looked at. How do I even explain it? There were some people who were critical of it because it steered away from like the more cartoony, and they tried to make it look more realistic, kind of, sort of, you know. So, but yeah, I would say 8 was probably my favorite. Monster Rancher? Don't know what that is. Do not know what that is. Brinker says big fan of the Resident Evil series. I played some of them. I mean, the first, the second. The second was kind of cool, I guess. I remember back in the day. Was it 4? I think I maybe had the one with Leon and what's her name? 4 and 5 maybe. I guess I skipped 3. I just remembered I forgot to put something in the video. That other drop highlight video I did, the Factor Fiction, and I forgot to put it in the last drop highlight video I did. I forgot to do a new Factor Fiction and answer the old one. And I actually did a new drop highlight video already, and I forgot to put it in there again. So I'm gonna have to take that video down and redo it, and re-record it, a Factor Fiction segment in there. Hard to remember now because I'm so like, you know, you kind of get in the rhythm of like doing, you know, bing bang boom boom boom, intro this that bomb bomb. So I gotta answer the Factor Fiction for the last video and do a new one for this video. Wolfmech said he's a PC guy. Mech Warrior 2, Might and Magic. Gotcha. Yeah, I started, I was PC like way back in the day. And when I say way back in the day, I'm talking like way back, like floppy disk. But then the consoles were just like so expensive. Like I had like the first PlayStation. Like getting a PC that could play games was like $70 trillion. So then I was like, well, I could buy a console like for like a few $100. Or a new PC costs like $3 grand. So I don't know what, you know. But now the new consoles are like $1 grand, $1,500, and a new PC that can run the same stuff is like $600. So I'm like, okay, well. Have I played Final Fantasy 15? I have not. The last one I played was like maybe 12. I just kind of, you know, I don't know, that style of game. I guess I just kind of, I don't know. 12 was okay. I think 11 was the all online one, so I didn't play that at all. But yeah.
Not even death
You can use a PC to emulate everything now. I guess, yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah, I didn't realize the battle order ran out. I got it the last second there. Huh? I got it. Joe Gear, yeah, I see Biff hit the link in there. That's pretty much exactly what I'm rocking on that in that video. You can scroll through that real quick. Poor Voice says Ancient Tunnels sucks. Nah, I found some great stuff in the Ancient Tunnels. Do you always face the same way when casting Blessed Hammers? No, don't do that. If you want to hit stuff with the hammers, really just like telly stomp, telly stomp, telly stomp. Bob says consoles and games too expensive. Your kids want Switch 2, Phil. Say no. What is a Switch 2, like $1,500 or something? Let's see how much it is. I mean, it's only $450. Actual prices may vary. Go to shopping. Yeah, it looks like you can just buy it from everywhere for $450, 400, 450, 500, 700. Okay. The individual games are $80 for Switch 2. What? Oh boy. Yeah, of course my daughter wants all that stuff, but nope. Yeah, I'm not going to buy her a Switch, that's for sure. Ancient Tunnels? Oh, that's why you said Ancient Tunnels stinks. Yeah, she just lost her tablet, so... And by lost, I mean I took it away. Found out her friend played Roblox all the time. And I told her she couldn't play Roblox because I seen some of the games that were on there, and I was like, I don't think so. Her friend talked her into downloading it anyways, and then secretly playing it when I wasn't looking, and then lying to me about it. So she was, for like a few weeks, she had downloaded it and was secretly like playing it. Until one time I pretty much caught her because she was like, wouldn't let me look at the screen on her tablet when I walked by her one time. And I was like, what are you playing? Let me see. And then she wouldn't let me see. And then I kind of kept hounding her about it. Like, let me see your tablet. Let me see it. Found out she had downloaded it without telling me when she's not supposed to download anything without my permission. You know how it goes. Right. Yeah, right, Bob. That too. So, she no longer has access to any electronics except for TV. We'll figure out when we'll reintroduce that. I don't want to, so I'm not going to put a password on it. So I want it to be there so that she technically actually could download something that she's not supposed to. But she knows she's not supposed to, so she has to choose not to do it. Kind of like, just like it is in real life. Like, you can go buy a carton of cigarettes, but it is an option, but I want you to choose not to do it. You know, type of situation. So, hopefully that teaches her some kind of responsibility, you know what I mean? So, yeah, Wolfmech, totally rip on the Switch 2 game price there for sure. Total rippage. Joshua says no electronics for your kids. I mean, that would be just so irresponsible to not give your kids any type of electronics. It really is, and this is, I mean, raise your kids however you want to, but I think it would be irresponsible. You need to, in my opinion, this is my opinion, raise your kids however you want. Like I said, I might have worded that a little aggressively. I apologize. I didn't mean to say it that way. But you need to expose your kids to things that they have to learn how to make choices that are good and bad. Because if they never in my opinion, if they never learn how to make good and bad choices, when they get to a point where they can, like let's say they're adults themselves, they aren't capable of making the correct choices. You know what I mean? That's the way I see it. So, and of course, a kid's going to have a tablet in their pocket for the entirety of the rest of their life, and I want her to be able to make the correct decisions on her own without me being there to tell her all the time. You know what I mean? So, because obviously she's going to get a phone at some point. So, Phil parenting channel incoming. Maybe. Joshua said phone at 13. These kids share amongst themselves is gross. Yeah, I could see that. I don't know what I'm gonna do at that age though when they get her a phone. Right now, she doesn't have a phone. I got her a tablet kind of semi recently. So yeah, I'll figure it out when I get there, I suppose. I might have to, and the thing is too, is they figure ways around getting monitored and stuff even too. So, like this time, with her downloading Roblox and not telling me, she created, and I don't, did she come up with this herself? Did her friend tell her to do it? I don't know what, but I don't want to pawn all the blame off on her friend for, it was her choice. She decided to go along with it, but she made a folder to hide it in. You know what I mean? So it didn't look, so you couldn't just see the game. It was hidden inside a folder that had a different name. And she's 8. I'm like, oh, great. It's totally the influences around him, yeah. But that's another thing, too, that she needs to learn to deal with people around her trying to influence her to do things she's not supposed to. Because that doesn't go away either as she gets older. Bob says, Jokovic, the tennis player, 7 and 10, and they're the only kids in school that don't have a phone yet. Yeah, there's a bunch of kids in her school that probably 50% of them, 50% of the 8-year-olds have their own iPhones and stuff now. It's crazy. Just crazy. Bob says super sneaky for 8-year-old. Yeah, well, it's the thing is, and this is kind of the worst. Not the worst, but like I want her to talk to her friends, and I want her to learn how to talk to people and get used to dealing with people, you know, all the things I talked about earlier. But these other kids have older brothers and sisters that they learn stuff from. And that's probably, I bet you this other kid learned it from some other kid who has an older brother or sister who learned it from, they've seen some TikTok video about how to hide things on your tablet and your phone from your parents, and you know, that's how it spreads. And then, you know, yeah, BC says shouldn't be playing anything but D2R. That's what I should like, you can have your tablet back. I installed D2R on here. I know you can somehow. I don't know how to do it, but I'm sure you can. Ooh. All you can play is D2R. Good point. The classic do not open this folder. Yeah, that's what it was called too. It was called do not open this folder. No, actually, I don't even know. I think it was just, I don't think she even changed the name of the folder. I think it was just called folder, to be honest. But I'm pretty sure it was just called folder. Good. Yeah, it is true, Joshua, but tough being a parent these days. They had all their struggles back in the day too, so. The biggest thing about back in the day is they just didn't know all the problems that there was. Whoa, you spawn over here with only 3 helpers? That's interesting. I don't know if I've seen that spawn before. He spawned so far in the corner that none of the other monsters could spawn. But yeah. Jacob says, yeah, I should punish her by saying, when you farm me up an Enigma, then you can have your tablet back. Nice. Just hilarious. Wow. Somebody did not like, a lot of people did not like something I said back there a minute ago. "40 people left at a very second when I said something back there a minute ago. 25% of the viewers left when I said something I said back there a minute ago. That's crazy. I didn't think I said anything that crazy.
I can't carry it.
Oh well. Not someone came online. Well, Llama and Kano were both streaming earlier, so they're the only 2 people that really stream and get way more viewers than I do usually. Could be though. Yeah, all the Roblox and oh, I forgot. Oh shoot, what's it? Why am I? When's my brain slipping here? Roblox and what's the other game called that everyone plays? Oh, Roblox and Minecraft. That's the 2 that all the kids play. Yeah. Don't diss Roblox. Yeah, that must have been what happened. Yeah, that's usually why I steer away from anything remotely controversial topics, because obviously if you ever give your own opinion on something and half the people are gonna get super mad. I tried to word it with my opinion, but each their own. You know, raise your kids how you want to, but that's not enough context for some people or whatever. People don't like talking about reality. Oh, well, they don't. Well, we'll get into more controversial topics here. The problem is that everybody lives in their own reality nowadays, where whatever they think in their head, the algorithm shows them, and that's just that's all they're gonna see and believe. So everybody lives in a different reality now. Gotcha, Marty. Don't like that your nephew plays, you said. Guttural says don't let other people's opinion bother you. It's probably for the best, and sometimes it's you know, people speak hyperbolic. I did that one time a minute ago. I was just speaking like hyperbolically, and then I realized that, oh, maybe I shouldn't word it like that because that could kind of piss some people off. Just making it sound like I'm saying that other people are dumb and I'm smart. Which is, of course, true, but it's a joke. But yeah. Anyways. We'll just go ahead and move on from any of the controversial stuff. Here's less controversial. I don't know if I mentioned this the other day, and it's no new band. It's not some new band I hadn't heard of before, but I've been listening to a lot more Lorna Shore lately. What do you guys think about that? Good idea or bad idea? Scott, yo! Welcome in. Just looking at something super quick. North Shore, great idea. There we go. Yeah, I was like, Gutturals, what do you think? Yeah, I can't play it on YouTube. I would if I could, but... pretty reasonable. I don't love all the stuff. Some of it's a little bit over my head. What's the word you would even say to say it? It's a little too crazy for me, but... or just the way it's composed isn't my thing, but... yeah, he's pretty good. Most bands that sound like that are, you know, use all the different gurls and the goblin screams and the pig squealing and whatnot. Usually they pick like one or maybe two that they do, like a low and a high, and that's the types of screams that they do. But he probably does like 15 of them, right? So... a lot of people ask me about Mars Volta. I don't know that I've ever heard him, to be honest. I've heard the name before, but I don't know I couldn't picture what the music sounded like. I thought Mars Volta sounded like oh wait, no, I know what they sound like. No, I do not like Mars Volta. Something about the guy's voice when he sings, I do not like. Marty says terrible football game yesterday. What? It was kind of boring because it was such a blowout, but poor Ben Johnson. First album pretty screechy. Maybe Mars Volta isn't the band I'm thinking of then, because... okay, here we go. I'm gonna sing just a few lines and then you guys can tell me who it is. I'm not trying to be a pro singer or anything, so don't make fun of me. But they have that one super popular song that starts off and it's like, let's get ready to rumble. You know what song I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Oh, it's called Warrior, I think. Isn't that Mars Volta? It's like that one song, I guess the radio song's okay or whatever, but that's not Mars Volta? Who am I thinking of then? Yeah, I'll Google it real quick. I can pull it up super quick here, I guess. Let's go. Song Warrior. That's not how you spell Warrior. That's not who it's by. Scandal. In the 80s or something. Maybe it's not the one. Maybe it's not the one I'm thinking of. Must not be called Warrior. But he's like, in that, I hate trying to sing something to you guys and then try to pick out what it is, because I can't sing and I'm not, you know. Volbeat, yeah, I'm thinking of Volbeat. That's exactly who I'm thinking of. Yep, nailed it. Skagarin. Yeah, totally that. They're almost the same thing, right? I'm just joking. Oh, another Tyraels amulet. Let's go. Oh. Are they the same or? Everybody has now left chat. No. Pathless saying F Ben Johnson. Another Lions fan there. Just some friendly trash talk. Marty's a Bears fan. I'm a Lions fan. Friendly banter. Yeah, Marty, you know what scares me? Pathless too, I guess. Any of the Lions and Troy fans, anyone watches football really, but what scares me the most about the Lions smoking the Bears yesterday? That makes me terrified for how good Green Bay is, I guess. Like the Green Bay defense. That makes me terrified. Black Stars, yeah. Appreciate you. Not a huge deal if I missed that, but yeah, eventually I came back and found it, huh? Sports thread and discard. Oh, I must have missed it. I didn't check it out lately. I'll hit her up after stream. Colts fan, Jumbo Jet. Colts fan. Oh, yeah, apparently they're the new like mid 2000s Patriots. Apparently, like good God, have they scored on every single drive of the season so far through 2 games, or did the streak end? I had heard they set a new record for the longest streak to start the season of consecutive possessions to score, but oh, you just put it up. Okay, well that makes more sense. But I don't know if that stat meant that the record was still continuing, or like if they could still continue it, or if it ended the other day. But it was 11 straight possessions, I think, to start a season they scored through at least one full game and then part of the second at minimum. So Black Stars, yeah, those are for crafting cast streamlets. So yeah, they have not punted yet, says Catfish. Oh boy, it ended. They turned the ball over on downs. Nice. They were trying to keep it going. They were trying to keep it alive, so they refused to punt. I like it. I like it. Listen to the drive-in. Sounds familiar. At the drive-in, like a band I heard about a long time ago. All right, let's see. I'll pull it up for you. I'll see what you posted in here, Marty. No promises on showing it on stream, though. Of course. I swear, every time I open Discord, there's like 5 new messages. Or, updates. Where's the sports channel at? There it is. Oh, it just moved. Come on. Right. He posted up, in an abusive relationship with the Bears. Nice. Daniel Jones, a beast? Oh. Nice. Daniel Jones, the GOAT, right? The GOAT. So, all right, looking at the time here, I'm going to go ahead and call her a day on the stream. Appreciate y'all joining me. Means a lot hanging out with me on a Monday. And 56% of you said you'd choose me over Chuck Norris to be in a fight with you. To fight Diablo with me. Of course you would, because I'm more powerful than even Chuck Norris himself. So, thank you guys so much. Means a lot. Have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. I'm going to fix that video, get it uploaded maybe later today. Maybe, probably. I'll probably do that when my daughter's at dance, actually. Good call on that one. But yeah, peace out. And don't forget to keep slaying. Ooh.